Hey, this is Ross Payton with Roleplaying Public Radio. I had a bit of coffee there. So we're playing Red Markets, one shot. So
Do we have a name for this one?
no, because I don't know what job you're taking.
Okay.
So because there's three of them.
named.
To be named. This is
Mystery
Trabajo Gaiden. How's that? Because this is taking place in Trabajo, which is in Greeley, Colorado, at the site of a stockyards and railroad area. After the fall, this Trabajo was turned into enclave by the Spanish, the Hispanic slaughterhouse workers, and several other groups that got together, including all the train nerds who got the trains up and running. So they Trabajo slaughters the cows that are raised by ranchers outside, in the Colorado wilderness, and then sent out to other enclaves. So trade has started back up. It's great. But they still need jobs done.
Massive marijuana fields.
Oh, yeah, of course. That's actually one of the factions in there is the Pot Baron's personal guard who act as the fencemen protecting the enclave walls. Other groups include, let's see here, the Wild Geese, who are a black math group, Catholic crusading group of teenagers led by a Catholic priest who just try and kill as many casualties as possible. So if you're an orphan teenager, they'll give you a gun and a good home.
Edgelords Incorporated,
basically.
Yeah.
And then there are the Luchadors, who are another taker group.
They're awesome.
They are awesome.
Are they like all latents?
Most of them are. Not all of them. Not all of them yet. But they're well on their way.
Yep.
And they spend all their bounty on suppressant?
More or less, yeah.
But they
and protein powder.
but they are solid guys, though.
Yeah, they're solid guys. Yeah.
Solid. That is a very good description.
Well, figuratively and literally.
A lot of latent P90X.
Yeah, exactly.
And then there was Fallen Flag, but they've retired or something, There's always more takers coming in here. So, so we have the moths, the pre-gens from the Red Market Backer Kit. Go ahead and introduce your characters.
Hey, this is Aaron, and I will be playing Greasy, the externally frustrated tech of the moths. So,
and you guys, that's the name of your taker group, not necessarily related to the faction itself, the moths. Right. I need to ask Kale what that deal is.
We might have some trademarking wars going on.
Yeah, exactly. Next up we have Melissa.
Mm-hmm. And I am playing McStuffins, the doctor.
Okay.
Right. Hey, this is Bill. I'm playing Loman, the negotiator, who is well liked.
And this is Jason. I'll be playing Absentee, the loner sniper.
Big ol' 50 cal. So, and in Red Markets, there's no, you have to go find the guy, give him the missions. I've come up with 3 jobs. So, you all get an action to figure out jobs. You can, or figure out more things about them before you start negotiating with the client. For example, actually, everyone gets one skill check for free to look for jobs, and then you can have one more skill check to either find a job if your first skill check failed, or learn a thing about the job. So tell me how you guys are looking for work. It could be, you could use any of the social skills to try and do that. Obviously, persuasion or networking are obvious, but leadership or intimidation would work. Swear to me. Leadership be like, I'm... maybe you've mentoring somebody who is gives you a tip on something. There's any number of ways. Or you could use research or foresight if you want to spin charges off of Ubix specs or laptops.
So I'm going to head to the local watering hole.
Yeah. It's a bodega.
And just,
open air bodega in the market. Yeah.
Have a seat at the bar. I'm, on pretty good terms with the bartender, Sam. Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna, strike up a conversation with him, sort of, tie in our, sort of equivalent status as pillars of the community. What's going on right now? We kind of scratch each other's backs. Is there anything I can be, looking out for him?
What kind of work? What kind of work are you looking for?
Really just trying to, sniff out the ground, see what's doing.
Well, there's always work, but it depends on what kind of thing you want to do.
Well, I mean, you know the moths. Like we're looking for something outside the wall. That's sort of our specialty.
Right.
Yeah.
Preferably away from bright lights.
Leadership.
Yeah.
All right. 6 out of 10.
Okay. There's a lot of work out there. You know, but I'm trying to think about it. I think the luchadors took that job. I don't know. Well, it actually tells you about a job, but it's one that you find out the luchadors already took it. So.
Okay.
So you waste some time. You watch Steve out there. He's pedaling on his little stationary bicycle to pedal the generator that keeps the Nintendo working. That is right next to the bodega, which is a popular attraction.
Yeah.
Who's got something else?
In that case, since will probably be out. That's like working small jobs, especially along with repairing probably some of the track off to the side. So since again the trains are not to be touched unless.
Yeah, sure.
So I'll probably be on like an inner track repair. I'm gonna go ahead and go foresight. Just with talking with any of the random workers.
Well, foresight would be using a technical device.
Oh, foresight. Okay, well,
researching.
All right, I'm taking my break. I will go ahead and take a charge off my specs and make a research. Well, sorry, a foresight check.
Yeah, foresight or research would work fine.
Yep, I'll do foresight. So
What's on the lifelines?
Yeah.
And that's good that I did. So that's going to be 8 over 7 black.
Okay. You give me number 1 through 3.
2.
2. There is somebody who's looking for people to go into Denver, downtown Denver, for a particular excursion. People with refined taste and sophistication, high paying, discretion is a must.
Men of wealth and taste.
Yes.
Okay. So, but the buyers aren't identifying themselves yet.
Just an anonymous, but it's like Neo Craigslist, buyer 33 at lifelines.internet, But yeah, downtown Denver. So you're going into the big city.
Okay, so Denver job.
Yep. So that's one job.
All right.
Some acceptance?
Yeah, I will use networking and chat up some of my doctor medic friends as we're wherever we go to replenish our first aid kits.
Okay.
And just see what they know.
You know what? I'll give you. That's a good way. You can use a charge up first aid kit to give yourself a bonus to this roll if you want to.
Okay.
Donating medical supplies to the needy.
There we go. We're working a charitable event
How many
together.
are you gonna spend?
Just one.
Okay.
Okay.
You treat some boo boos.
We treat some boo-boos, so 4 over 3.
All right.
To 3.
Yeah, there is.
Wait,
Yeah.
is it natural rolls that do criticals?
Yes.
So you had 3s up.
Oh, that's critical failure.
Oh, but can I do something about that?
The only thing you could do would be spend your will to turn it into a normal failure, which...
I think for this stage of the game, a critical failure is not really gonna just waste the stuff. Actually, no. Spin another charge. You have to undo your mistake.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it.
Yeah,
Just kidding.
Someone's gonna have a nasty scar now. You sneezed when you were setting some situations.
Slice.
Yeah.
I don't know how that was supposed to happen.
I always get the shakes when I leave off on the gin.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I'm gonna spend leadership. I'm back treating Sarge, my former mentor, and bringing him his meds and whatnot. And he still hangs out at the local VA, and just kind of talking to him about what he's heard about.
Yeah, he's a fount of scuttlebutt.
So that's an 11 over a 6. So yeah,
that's nice. Okay. Tells you, oh man, there's a job for some real problem solvers out there.
Code for.
No. There is. There's a nearby enclave. Oh god, I can't remember. What was the name of that New Age? The ski lodge turned New Age commune.
It wasn't the Crystal Children.
No,
Was it? It was Crystal something.
Sure, it's called the Crystal Children. They at a ski lodge nearby. It was taken over by New Agers who formed into a commune. They're farmers. They're nice. They're obviously spacey and trippy.
Yeah,
but
sure, they're
they need some help to securing a wind farm so they can generate some more electricity. So that you don't know what's taking over. Yeah.
Securing.
As far as you know, it's not claimed by any enclave, so it's an abandoned site. So Now, whether that securing is building fences or clearing out Zeds or raiders or cultists, you don't know. But that's the job, and that's who's offering it.
Okay.
So that's 2 jobs. And I think everybody's made their initial skill roll.
Yeah.
So you can do one more, because normally you'd have work-life balance, but this is just work because it's one shot.
Yeah.
So you can spend you're doubling down to do some preparatory. So you can either learn more about the job. For example, you could learn what the pay is for either of those 2 jobs. You could learn if they have competition or not, because that's another phase in negotiations, being undercut by the competition.
Right.
Or you could try and find out what the 3rd job is. So what do you guys want to do?
If someone wants to, hang out with me and I can borrow their computer, I've got plenty of researcher foresight.
Okay.
Yeah, you can just say burn off a charge and do this.
Yeah.
So my gut is that the wind farm is probably not a good job for us.
I have no idea why you think that, although I agree.
Because wide open spaces
I know.
are not, it's, not the worst thing in the world for our, sniper friend, but for all the rest of us, it tends to sound like Casualty City, which strangely the city sounds less like Casualty City.
Well, so we should do some research on the Denver job, and
Or you can find out more about the job itself. You can find out the basic details of what either job is.
Right, yeah, I'm making an assumption there.
Yeah.
But...
So, it was actually called Euphoria.
Euphoria. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks. All right, so it's the Euphoria commune.
Thank you, GroupMe, for reminding us the stuff that we've forgotten.
It was last year when I ran that.
I know. I'm not playing. I don't even remember. So.
Okay, so... I'm going to actually put networking feelers out there on Lifelines to see what... there's still one more job out there.
Yeah,
I'd
sure.
sort of like to know the entire landscape. Damn, this is not going well. 4 under 7.
Okay.
So,
also I forgot, I didn't even mention the whole references things. So everyone has references that are based on your charisma. So you get references are essentially a free success on something if you can call or contact somebody. So it's like somebody and they help you out. They give you information. In exchange, you owe them a bounty at the end of the scenario. So it costs you, but you have a number of references equal to your charisma.
Would we create those?
Yeah.
Yeah, you make them up on the spot.
Yeah, you just make the name of the person and give them the background.
So actually...
I forgot to mention that before, so
right.
you can redo that if you want to spin your reference.
Yeah, I will. I'm going to call up Stella.
Okay.
Who, let's see, is somewhere down, granted, nothing's the South, short of Texas, but, okay, yeah, she's down in Texas. We met up once upon a time. She actually, because Loman, I'm going to do this stage play thing. She runs a House of Ill Repute, actually, the best one, although its size is rather small.
I see what you did there. All right. I'll pardon you this time, so. All right, so Stella's, howdy, y'all. How you doing, Loman?
Stella, it has been forever.
It has. Y'all gotta come down here next time the trains come out down here. Now that the rails have been linked up between the Venom Research Center and Trabajo. So.
True enough. You know how hard it is to get away from home these days, though, right?
So you talk a little bit, and she says, well, if you're looking for work, I did hear there's a friend of mine, Kate, is looking for someone to go down, someone up in your little corner of the woods to go down to the clubhouse. I don't know exactly what she wants, but she needs someone to courier something from Trabajo to the clubhouse. Clubhouse, is a nearby enclave. It's like biker clubhouse. Bikers got together and made an enclave, and so it's biker Valhalla.
Fun.
Yeah. They're technically considered an enclave and not a raider outpost.
Barely.
So.
It's like one news record away from being total chaos.
Yeah, basically. It's kind of amazing they survived this long, intact as an enclave. So it's definitely, the shadiest one out there. But yeah, that would be that's their job.
Okay.
Taking something from Trabajo to the clubhouse.
So, I don't know. Anybody else can throw in with ideas, but I think we ought to narrow in what one or two of these jobs would entail and try to make a decision from there.
Okay.
Maybe we can, if we have 3 more successes, maybe find out 2 things what they entail, and if one, try to make a decision from that, and then as a final test, look at what the price would be.
Yeah, because, again, Euphoria and this transport they all sound super sketchy, and there are other ways, but...
Right.
Well, the reason why you guys make money is because you as a career have done sketchy... You're professional sketchy thinger doers.
Right. We're just trying to figure out which ones are kind of sketchy.
Yeah, is that a technical term?
All right. Yeah, no, it is. There's a bit of sketchy. Anyway.
So, I'm kind of interested just to see what's...
Yeah.
So we're gathering units of pleasance.
Yeah. Anyway. So what do you want to do? So that was your skill. That was your reference. Next
Can
up.
do, persuasion. Let's say if I know somebody in Denver, can I call them up and say...
Denver is basically not occupied except by the undead. There are people, there are loners who travel around, so you could know someone like...
That has recently been there?
Yeah, like God, what was it? I think his name was Scrimshaw. He's a hunter and trapper who travels around.
I know Scrimshaw.
Yeah.
Right?
You've treated
him up before.
Yeah, patched him up before.
he
So
calls
you can
me
contact him
sometimes.
and get a weather report.
A weather report of Denver?
Yeah, essentially by like... What's it like down there? Why would someone want to go to Denver?
Okay. Yeah, so persuasion on that, which I have a 1.
Okay, I'll say he's in the enclave right now.
Okay.
That looks good.
Yeah, so 9 over 6.
All right. Oh, well, Denver. Well, most of the, obvious stuff have been looted, by now. So, but I heard that there's been a lot of interest in the Denver Art Museum lately. The building is surprisingly intact and walled up, but nobody is coming in or out. So I bet if someone's wanting you going to Denver, I bet it has that's the only target I can think of.
So you're thinking, is there things of value still in the museum?
Probably. Oh, yeah. I mean, given, no one needs art when you're starving to death. But somebody took care of it. But the building's not burned or gutted or anything. It's still intact, so...
Okay. Anything else you can tell me about the state of Denver?
Last year, some people tried to make a sort of a... aerial enclave, by using rope ladders and whatnot to link up buildings so they could be above the streets. Yeah, so there's a bunch of bridges and ropes and things like that to get you from rooftop to rooftop. They fell apart, not because of the casualties, but they all just kind of disappeared. I think the government had to do it, or maybe they all tried to kill each other. I don't know. The bridges are still there, so you can get around downtown Denver pretty easy.
Yeah, so you look up a lot when you're there. You got it.
Probably stays up a lot.
Yeah, I use them myself. To be fair, I only use them at night though, because you're a pretty big target on the bridge.
Sure, up in the air.
Yeah,
very visible. Got it.
If there's a raider or a cult or somebody, you'd be an easy target.
Well, thank you. That's been highly informative. Let me know if you need patching up sometime. But I like my scars. So a nighttime B&E art job.
Okay. So if we that.
So are we feeling pretty salty about that one, or do we want to find out something that's going down on the other two?
So, well, the only other things I can think about is that depending on what they want, the fragility of the item, or how do we get it back in one piece without it just being...
I feel like that's more of our wheelhouse than if one of the others turns out to be more combat.
And that's true. And I personally agree, just because, one, if we're going with, the potential Sons of Anarchy and...
Or
Sons of Anarchy sounds like a bad idea.
How many casualties are, in a place where, I mean, you don't think about it these days driving by them, but those things, like, windmills do make noise, and casualties like noise.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you don't know if the wind farm is even, like, if it's running and no one's just getting power from it, or if it's overrun with casualties. And if there are casualties, it would be you kiting them away, not, luring them away, not killing them all.
Yeah.
Well, we still
Which
have more
is-
spins,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
somebody could do some research on the wind farm.
Yeah, you two...
In that case, I don't have mechanics, so
why do you have mechanics? That's kind of an existential question.
can I take off first aid and replace it with mechanics?
Sure.
Okay, so
Aaron's got to Aaron.
all right. So it's okay if I make a mechanics roll specifically to research that, or to kind of
Research what?
like say if there's any reason why there would be casualty hordes there, or what?
Well, you don't have to make a skill check to know why they
Okay.
could be there.
Yeah.
If you want to figure out this current status.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
All right.
You have to spend a charge off a Ubic or a laptop.
Okay, I kind of figured that I'll do that.
Because I'll let you use that for research, because it's about a mechanical system,
Yeah, sure.
infrastructure.
Yep, a lot better. That's going to be 10 over 7 black.
All right, 10 over 7 black. All right, so you pull up satellite photos of it, and Lifeline forums post about it. Apparently, the wind farm itself is intact, and people have seen the wind mills themselves operating. Yeah, the wheels, turbine, still turning. But there are conflicting reports. Some people say that there are it's overrun with casualties. On a different date, there are no casualties there. So normally, if they're overrun with casualties, then they stay. But in this case, there's something about casualties getting there and then leaving. So someone else can make a foresight check.
So, do we make no?
Anybody can?
Yeah.
Or only-
Yeah.
I mean, I got 4-7.
Go ahead.
So
What's your foresight at?
1.
Does anybody have higher than 1?
Yeah, I've got it at a 2.
Okay.
Anybody got higher than 2?
I have a 2, but I've already made a roll, so.
Oh, this is sort of a follow-up check.
Oh, yeah, so 10 over 7.
Okay, with that, you think perhaps it sounds like someone is using the wind farm to lure to sort of corral and control casualties, and then someone else is trying to lure them away. So there's some sort of conflict about what the wind farm should be used for. So that seems to be the conflict. It's different groups are using it for different purposes, or trying to use it for different purposes. So that's sort of that's going to be more of the complication there.
And also that one of the groups is using it to lure casualties.
Yeah, because obviously they do make noise, so that would be a really good way of keeping a lot of zombies in one place. And if they're all there, then they're not elsewhere. So that would, but then the other, obviously, Euphoria wants to use the place to generate power,
But if they're all there, then they're all there.
and you can't fix. And if the power line goes down, you can't go there to fix it. So obviously, Euphoria wants to probably build
Secure it.
for you, or for you to deal with whatever group keeps luring the zombies in.
That makes sense.
So
So
So that sounds like a social negotiation with a little bit of brawling.
depending, I mean,
you don't know how reasonable this other group is.
Yeah.
right? Well,
It could be a lot of brawling with a little social negotiation. Okay.
and like if they're trying to use that as a start off point for like dead drives or something, there could be a lot. Like it could be a very heavy day for weather.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very bad. But still, absentee, you still have one more skill check.
Yeah.
You could learn the price of a job, or you could learn more about a job.
Does anybody have thoughts?
I think, like, all right, so we're generally undisposed to Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, we're leaving that one away.
Okay.
We're good with not going to Biker Valhalla.
So,
God.
You look so upset,
Why don't you
Ross.
find out the price of the Denver job?
Well, I figure let's try to find out the price of whichever job we feel more strongly about. Which
Well,
I feel more strongly about Denver, but I don't want to.
Yeah.
Remember that the price is only the starting price. You can
Right.
obviously raise
Yeah.
it.
Right.
So when I say what the price is, that's your starting point.
Yeah.
So.
And
Is
yeah.
price more useful to us at this point, or knowing about competition on the Denver job?
That's true, 'cause-
I mean, I think it's fair to assume that, like, if the job's doable, there's probably competition. Okay, if we basically say that, where, I forget the term, but, like, if there's basically no breaking point between the two jobs at this point, if we feel slightly more strongly about Denver, knowing if the price sucks will tell us, essentially what's our walkaway cost.
If you make your skill check to do this, then someone else can spend a reference to find out the price of the other job. I will allow references.
Yeah, no, one of us can spend on that. So
Okay.
So you get a skill check for free. So how are you going to figure out the price of the Denver job?
Well,
Research would be a pretty
I
obvious
was
way.
planning. Yeah, I was just thinking some research.
Sure.
Fire up the old.
Yep. You spend a charge on your UBIC specs.
So yeah, that's an 8/4.
Okay.
Nice.
This is one of the few times I get to roll dice. Let's see here. So the price is 14, black 8, red 6. So demand is 8, supply is 6. So
That's not bad at all.
no, that's a good price.
And that's just the starting price, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and we can move up from there.
Cool.
yeah. So the starting price is always 2d10. And then one of the things is, one of your scams can be to raise the price by like increasing demand or reducing supply. So by like. Yeah, once you figure out what the job, you've got an idea of the job,
Yeah.
so you could like go on Lifeline on the internet and be like, "Hey, man, art is really valuable now," and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Or we can like sock puppet the job and
Or you could be
talk
like, "Oh,
about
Denver's
how-
impossible to get
Yes.
into. No one can get
Exactly.
into Denver." So there are ways instead of like, manipulating the client, you can manipulate the price. So,
Okay.
but so you figured that out. If someone wants to spin a reference, they can find out the price of the other job.
I'll go ahead and do that. So
On a 14, do we even care? I mean, that's well above the mean.
that's true. Although, like I said, unless we're just interested in more details or something else, maybe of another resource that we can gain outside of bounty, outside of bounty. Because I want to say bounty instead of bounty.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just saying, like, would that, like, if we're fairly certain we want to go on this job, wouldn't it be,
No, and it is a one shot too. Like I said, I'll leave that to group consensus. I can spend the one. If
Well, you
want
can
to know
save
the
your
price.
references for remembrance
On the road,
road.
so.
Yeah. Or
I'm not
other
very bad
things
at it. We've done that before,
related to manipulation around, the price setting on the job. I just, I feel positively disposed to this one.
Okay, so you're taking
really wants to go to Denver.
All right.
See the demon horse.
All right, so this job will be called the Singing Cowboy, or it's actually Cowboy Singing, because your client is Burlaptrix, and she is someone in the Recession who is a fashion mogul, and she's called Burlaptrix because the newest type of cloth now is called grime cloth, where they take clothing off of dead people and sterilize it. And it's kind of like burlap, but that's the only thing they can really make cheap clothing out of. So that's what everyone wears now. But she tries to make it fashionable.
So she's the Forever 21 of the zombie world.
Yes,
Exactly.
darling, I'm so glad you called.
I mean, given that ends up kind of making her look like, your average run-of-the-mill Lady Gaga.
And this is called Cowboy Singing because she wants you to get a Thomas Eakin's painting called Cowboy Singing in the Denver Art Museum, which is a real painting, really in the Denver Art Museum. So, spoiler.
You never don't do your research, Ross, so I'm certain it is.
Anyways, we're in negotiations. So,
Okay.
yep. So, just so you guys
Fine,
know,
I'll just follow along at home.
here's how it starts out. First off, we do a leadership check, where you determine.
How many rounds we go?
Yep.
All right. Is it a check or is it just black?
It's a skill check.
Oh, okay. Shit.
Is that a critical failure?
No.
It's just a regular.
Just a failure.
All right. Failure.
Have a reference that might help you?
It's a willpower thing to flip it.
It's
How much willpower do you have?
1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually,
remember,
you know
that's willpower
what?
also is, do I dodge the bullet? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Bill, don't pull me
I don't,
on this one.
I don't want
No.
to try to be funding one that soon. Like,
All right.
my spots are easy, but they're not that easy.
All right, so in that case, I will determine how many rounds negotiation will go before Burlapster shuts it off, and it will be secret. So...
It just means we have to go hard.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Are we allowed to do research before we go into negotiation? at this
No,
point?
it's in between rounds after the round.
Yes, I mean, you have to make ourselves aspects. No?
All right, so here's how it goes. She starts here, or no, clients start here.
Yep.
Providers start there. And so she's trying to move down, you're trying to move up. And where the two meet, that's sort of where the price will go. So she, do you want... Well, actually, I get to determine who's going to act first. And she just says, well, there have been many competitors, and I just have to say, you're new, you need to you just get your foot in the door. This is for exposure. So she is just going to push down.
Can you leverage our knowledge about the ladder things in the city? But does your other, offers include
That's true.
this information?
Well, it's an honor to be talking to you. I've heard so much about you. Truly, like, everything you're doing is just mind-blowing these days. But just to try to in turn blow your mind a little bit, I just want you to know that our crew's done a lot of research. You are correct that we're pretty new to this industry, but we're really feeling out the market forces, really trying to find our own competitive advantage. And, you'll understand trade secrets and all that. I can't tell you exactly what, but we certainly have some killer app pieces of information about the current conditions in Denver.
Okay. So what are you rolling?
Probably that's just a persuasion.
Persuasion.
Yeah.
By that,
All right.
I mean we have this museum field guide that is slightly dog-eared.
So that is 9 over 3.
9 over 3. All right. Success moves one way.
Yep.
All right, so you both move closer. All right, so this is the part where one crew member steps forward and does their thing. Well, Jason, since you're new, do you want to try and go first? So this represents stuff that you've done before.
That makes sense. You're new. Go first.
Well, to give him a sense of the role.
Absolutely, yeah.
So there are things you can
Can I
do.
roll foresight for knowing she, of course, would try and bump us down because she's making,
Okay, so clients have 3 spots. A weak spot, a soft spot, and a tough spot.
Okay.
A weak spot is a character flaw or secret that can be leveraged to provide one sway. Soft spots are assessment or sentiment of great passion that can be exploited for +1 sway.
Okay.
Tough spots are a specific need the client has for the contract. So you can learn any one of those and give that to Bill so he can then apply in his next role. Or you can manipulate price.
right. Well, thinking with where I want to go shrewd wise. Yeah, I think roll foresight for the weak spot. Because like I said, I kind of assume she's the Empiress of cheap clothes. Of course, she'd try and underbid us. So yeah, I went out and found us an edge.
Okay.
Darling, you don't understand this. I actually bedazzled something for the first time in 10 years.
That's a crit success. Crit success.
All right. Let's see what the rules are for critical successes for that.
You tell us
I
all
thought that was
her
a
spots.
2.
That's what it is.
Let's see here. Negotiator spot.
That makes sense.
I will say no, it won't do that. But I will say it will give Bill a +2 to his next roll.
Nice.
So
I like it.
So yeah, you find out. You get some investor reports from the recession. She is heavily leveraged herself. She's in debt, and there have been her company, Burlapster Inc. There have been some investors questioning whether this is a good investment or not. So the fact that she's now, and because they wonder what she's had a lot of money, but what has she been spending it on? And so hiring takers on the other side of the country in secret obviously would critically reflect on her business. So
Savvy.
yeah, so that could be used against her. So that's her weak spot. She is way in debt, at least publicly.
So I'm
Did that
inclined.
cost me a charge on my
discretion.
UBIC for doing
Yes.
that? Okay,
Also
cool.
promises of discretion because
Yeah.
it's important.
Well, no, I actually wasn't going to go that route.
Well, you could go that route.
I might actually. That seems more like it.
To flatter her.
Well, that's one way to do it. So my inclination is to go fast because we don't know how many rounds we have.
Sure.
So actually,
So that was round one. So round one is done. We're now in round two.
okay. So
She is going to go again.
Yeah.
She just says, look, I am going to give you some free advice. Your price is too high. It should be closer to this because otherwise you're just going to insult us in the recession. We have feelings too, and so just because we're not surrounded by the hungry undead doesn't mean we like to be taken advantage of. So she's just going to move down one.
okay. Look, I understand your position, and I certainly don't mean to belittle your feelings in any way, but I know of something else that you still have in the recession, and that's the SEC. And my deception here is essentially that I am still in contact with someone, and that
All right, yeah.
if she doesn't
Plus two
hire
bonus.
us at our price,
Yeah.
I'm going to leak that she was trying to hire us at any price.
Yeah.
My way was nicer. Your way's probably better.
8 over 2, no, 10 over 2.
Okay.
With that,
All right.
and I'm playing her spot.
All right. So you move up one, obviously. Now your head's up. So I believe. Let's see here. 2 cannot be in parallel. Each die resolves at the same time. It takes one value to advance unopposed. No heads up dice only advance by pushing. So yeah, you push back. So.
Neat.
All right, good job. So. So round 2. Who wants to do a thing?
Melissa, do you want to do something? Or?
So once again, we're still trying to find out information to use.
You can find out information about her, or you could try and manipulate the price of the job itself, or you could find out if there's competition.
Well, we know there's competition. Aaron, do you have?
Well, you don't know who the competition is, so you don't know who to undercut.
Well, in that case, like I said, I could probably do a foresight if you want to, or if you, I can lend you my UBIC specs if you want to do a foresight roll to see who else is bidding for this job.
Or do we have a computer so we can do research? Because I have a higher research.
Oh, that's what I said. UBIC specs. I can
Same
say
thing.
It's the
Okay.
same thing.
So this
Those
is
are
not
glasses.
But it's
chronological.
not like okay.
This is all stuff you guys are doing before and during.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
It's not.
It's kind of it's kind of like a
All right, so
non-linear.
I will do research to try to find out her other spots. So do a little history research on her.
Okay, you want to find out her soft spot or her tough spot? Her soft spot is an area of great sentiment or passion that can be exploited, or tough spot.
I would rather not.
I mean, mechanically they're very similar. It's just yeah.
Okay, so let's go for tough spot.
All right.
Okay. I'll burn the charge so we can use them.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm rolling up a 3. Oh no!
Crit success.
Crit
on
success.
tens.
All right. Same thing.
This is why we bring the
let's
newbies
do your
in.
next roll.
Always.
Tough spot. You actually do figure out there is the market for art has not disappeared with the apocalypse.
Straight.
It is a really good way of hiding money from the tax man.
I already pushed it in that direction.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And there's in fact a hot new market for art that is reclaimed from the loss.
The
And
good old Swiss banking cartel.
yeah.
Well, so that's pretty self-explanatory
Yeah.
there, Bill. Have fun with that.
Well, actually, what the specific needs of the client, you realize the Denver Art Museum has a Western art collection, and that a lot of people really want now. People are nostalgic for the West. There's a lot of rich, Texas oilmen and other investors who made it to the recession, but they miss what they've lost. So,
The good old days.
the good old days.
I leave it to you as I found.
And there's
it
also a lot of
covered in
reports that the
zombies.
Denver Art Museum was destroyed, but these are from the recession, so they think maybe it's it's a very valuable painting. And there's also reports about crime and forgeries and stolen art and smuggled. So yeah, there's a whole criminal seamy underbelly of stolen art. So
The black market of art.
yeah. So yeah, and obviously if Berlaxis is meddling this, maybe she's not in debt. She's just
or maybe she is and sees a quick way out.
Yeah. Or she's using her fashion to launder her stolen art money, which explains why her balance sheets are shit, because she can report her actual income. But anyways, yeah, you know
Either
that.
way, we know that.
Yeah. So you also know that whatever painting you're going to get out, well, you know what the painting is. You need to make sure it gets out intact, and you know, so that's her specific needs, and you need to get and you need to prove that you got it from the Denver Art Museum. Like, you need to document that it's from the Denver Art Museum, because whatever person is going to be buying this art needs to know you actually went there, you know. So
Bring a camera.
yeah. Yeah, so that's your tough spot.
Okay,
That's
yeah.
a specific
I got
need
it.
Irvine has for the contract.
Copy of her bookkeeping records to see if it was actually there.
So she's just gonna be, you know, pretty straightforward and try and sway one sway her way. So yeah, what do you
Okay.
you can use persuasion, be like, oh, we're very finesse or whatever.
Yeah, that's actually where I'm going to go with it. So, look,
Yeah.
I as you can tell, as I've already alluded, we're fairly plugged in. So I think I've got a fair understanding of what your needs are in this situation. And so what I want you to know is, like everybody else, look, not to speak ill of our friendly competitors up here in Trabajo, but they're... And I don't say this as, like... Yeah, I don't say this as, you know, anything... making an intrinsic judgment. I'm just evaluating what they are. They're working class, and that's not bad.
Okay.
But it means they're suited for a certain type of work.
Okay. All right.
Ones that don't involve finesse, don't involve the latest in technologies, well, such as it passes out here, but you need more than just an object. You need the provenance of that object. Right. We are wired and inspired.
All right, there you go. I'm taking that as persuasion.
Sure.
That speech.
I'm glad you gave your
Puffery.
I'm glad you gave your Glengarry Glen Ross Coffee is for Winners speech here.
Pretty much.
This was more refined than that.
Okay.
This is more like Steve Jobs here talking.
Okay, I'll give it that one.
Steve Jobs' keynote speech.
Oh, shit.
Well,
Failure.
Yeah.
All right, you're just
Pair that or
It's really bad. It's not crit bad.
because you have the sway, and she put her
Right.
sway.
So we'll stay heads up.
You'll stay.
even if I
Well, you'll
don't.
stay here, essentially, and. No, the question is whether she comes down here or you go up here.
Is this the last?
Well, I mean that's
Right.
well, oh yeah, or
That's a different check.
Yeah, that's a different check. That's right.
I think I'll
yeah.
just stand on it.
Okay,
Yeah.
you'll just stand on it.
We've
All
got
right.
one more play.
Yeah.
No, we may have more actually.
Yeah.
We don't know.
we'll give it a shot. So
So what do you want to do?
all right, we've already pulled the information of
You
what
found two of her spots.
the response. So I'm
one
gonna see
left
if,
is soft.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if we can do some research or actually a foresight roll on her soft spot.
Sure.
So
Spin charge.
yeah, you would expect you're getting a lot of use today.
That's
That's what I just said.
you won't need that battery on the field.
I have refresh.
That's what refresh is for. Not gun.
I do. I'm glad I have it there. One that's gonna be 4 over 3 black.
All right, you find out her passion is art. Like, she does care a lot about art. So it's not just a way to make money for her. It's both. But that's the end. You can't use it.
what?
It's the end of the negotiations.
Yeah.
So
It happens.
yeah, you could have manipulated price, but you know, it's fine. So now she is going to try and undercut. She mentions, well, I think you aren't the only one. I've seen the masks of the luchadors. They're very artistic. I think they appreciate the fine arts. So she is going to try and undercut.
Bright colors with black veins.
So this requires a successful charisma skill check. Or a dedicated scam. You didn't do that. So failure means the price goes down 1 space. Critical failure means 2 spaces. Yeah.
Look, you bring up the Mask of the Luchadors. That's exactly what I was talking about before. They're a very competent squad for the right kind of job, but what we're talking about here is competitive advantage, all right? Denver's a hotbed right now, and those are guys that go in hot, which is great for situations where it's all about just, plowing through mobs of casualties. But you're talking about a painting. You're talking about fine art that takes finesse to carry it out of there without damage, to prove that it's whole, that it's intact, that it's undamaged.
Okay.
So just persuasion.
Yeah. No bonus this time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even for playing your spot?
You got the bonus when you played the spot.
Her art lover spot. Which just got discovered.
Fine art.
I'll give you a +2 for that. Yeah.
Okay. Which makes it 5 over 4.
Okay. All right, so you stay at the price. And so now we're going to fix the price.
Who blinks first?
Yeah, last round the player makes a leadership check.
All right.
See?
10 over 1.
Yes.
Okay. So, moves up. 100% markup. Double the cost of the job before labor. So base price is 14.
So it's 28.
Well, hold on. First off, it adds your breakpoint. Which essentially I think is 3 per player. So that's 12. So 14 plus 12.
I mean, it's a one-shot, so...
Yeah.
Numbers.
Yeah, add 1 bounty per taker per leg. There are 4 legs.
Double the cost before labor. So that'd be at value.
Yeah, so it's
times
28.
2.
Yeah, so it's 28 plus 12 plus 16.
Damn!
Let's see here. 10, 16, 4...
So 4 legs?
Yeah. 4 legs, yeah. 46, 46
Yeah, we didn't
right now.
find that out, but now we know.
Yeah. So yeah, I think
That makes sense. Going
let's
straight
see,
to
40,
Denver.
56, I think.
Nice.
So
like
you
it.
can divide that up, but this is of course before any salvage you get on the way or anything like that. So yeah. So she says, "Oh, fine. I just need the job done." I do have a client who wants a particular painting, Cowboy Singing by Thomas Eakin. It's at the Denver Art Museum in the Western Art Collection. Now, because of certain... And my clients trust me that I'm able to acquire certain things in the lost that no one else can. And I appreciate their trust in me, but I'm not always able to it. But if they believe that I've hired people to go out there, they believe whatever I give them is that thing. So I will have a duplicate painting, just in case you can't find the original, a duplicate painting shipped to Trabajo. And so I need you to record 2 videos. One of you using the duplicate, finding the duplicate in the museum, and then if you find the real one, you get that as well, and ship them both back to me, because then I can sell them both to different clients. But if you only find one, that's fine. I'll just give you a bonus if you find the original one. So,
Or you could make that one into another dress.
of course, no, I'm not. It's
The print, obviously, not the original.
it's not the print. It's a very skilled duplicate. So, fortunately, the FBI art cream unit did not survive the crash, so they have other crimes to investigate now. So,
Turns out.
yeah, it turns out. So, yeah, that's what she tells you. So you get the duplicate. It does come with it comes in a little. It's rolled up. She doesn't need the frame, so you can roll up the original as well.
Nice.
So basically, whoever's carrying it, as long as they're not caught on fire, or thrown into a body of water, you should be fine. But yeah,
Regular human.
I don't know. So you can do one thing before you leave. But yeah, it'll be 4 legs, 3 there, and 1 on the way back, because that's how it works. So,
Sorry, you just said 3 there and 1 on the way back?
yeah,
Okay.
because the path will have journeyed. So yeah, does anybody want to do anything? You could just say goodbye to your loved ones and check up your ammo. Actually, yeah, that's pretty much what you usually do. So, if anyone wants to spend any references, they can to figure out what's on the path.
Okay. Actually, since we're still in town, would I be able to?
Or you could take out a loan to get more to upgrade your guns or something like that.
I'll do that.
Okay.
I want to upgrade to armor piercing.
Okay. So taking out a loan. You have to get from the local loan shark, Tammy, who also is the only person who can sort methamphetamines after the apocalypse. There's a lot of slaughterhouse workers in there. They kept their habits.
Your mom got real weird, Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did.
So Tammy is a local loan shark. So she will. You can give me a leadership check.
Okay.
To determine what your interest rate is going to be.
Okay. That's a 3/1.
Success. Okay. So it'll just be 10%. So
Okay.
How much do you want to get? A minimum of 1 bounty. So
Okay. Do we know where?
each upgrade costs 1 bounty.
Okay. So yeah.
Can you get a silencer for a heavy round?
No, that's not sorry. Armor
no.
piercing rounds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get some Rothus rounds. So
Okay.
Hey, Jason,
So
can
that's
you
1
hand me the
bounty. For that, is there anything else you want to get?
Let's see.
I think so. Actually, no. Can I get 2 bounties from her?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'll just upgrade for digital.
So you'll owe her 3.
So I'll owe her 3.
Yeah.
Fair. We're working at 9 right now, plus whatever
Yeah.
else we get. So I'll do that. So yeah. So digital scope and armor piercing rounds. Sounds fun.
Okay. And she, for collateral, she'll say, "Oh, someone like you. Yeah, no, I could use a shooter like you. You'll probably, have to pay her off by shooting someone in the leg, who is also laid on there. So that'd be humanity checks. By the way, yeah, you all have 3. The threats, that's sort of the sanity system. You have detachment, stress, and trauma. Detachment is, do you care about people anymore? Stress is, oh, I'm really stressed out. Trauma is like, oh God, I saw the worst zombie, because there are things called aberrants, which are essentially Resident Evil style boss zombies.
Right. Yeah.
Very scary. So
Yes.
if you fill in a box of them, like 5 things, you crack, in which case you go temporarily crazy, and you'll have to deal with the ramification, and then there's crumble, and then there's break.
So my pre-gen already started with my trauma maxed out. So
It's already cracked, so you'd be filling in that next thing.
Okay.
And then the next thing. So if you get to break, your character's over. So if you get trauma, you'll just you start there, and then if you get to here,
so crack doesn't necessarily have negative effects.
you've already gone through it.
Okay.
You've already suffered the consequences of that.
Gotcha.
So, just to give you some explanation, and those are resisted with self-control. So you have to not, be sad. That would be a self-control check. So if you don't pay Tammy back, you're going to have to make self-control checks. It's have to break someone's legs for, or something like that.
Right.
So pay back your debts. But yeah, you get those upgrades.
Okay.
Anybody else?
I think we're good right now. Although, would it be okay to maybe get like a third bounty to recharge the specs at like at Trabajo? Like taking out 1 to be able to see if those are recharged.
What, you want to get a loan too?
Well, just basically only 1 bounty to recharge. So
you don't have bounty on your sheet, so you would have to get a loan.
Okay.
From Tammy.
Oh, Tammy, fuck that. No, we're done.
She's the loan shark.
I forgot about that. So no.
Take it you guys have some history.
In the other campaign.
Yes. Other than that, yes. But let's say her reputation precedes her in the new.
She's a meth crime lord. Yeah,
Yes.
of course. Yeah, she's not a good person.
Can't wait to get to that part.
Yeah, that's at the end of the job. And then if you pay her back,
You got that.
if you pay her back, you're fine. So, all right. So you head out. You leave.
I'm glad somebody else gets that
You
joke.
leave the fencemen for Trabajo, start making a lot of noise on the other side to lure all the casualties near the fences away. And then you run out to get clear of the fence, and you're on your way. So the first leg, everyone mark off 1 ration.
Okay.
Oh, no.
This is spring, by the way.
Weather's nice.
It's kind of wet. But yeah, it's warm. It's no longer winter, which is great. No more frozen deer, other places, so...
I'm not
Frozen
saying
deer
it.
can be handy.
Yeah, I'm not saying it. Sean's not here.
So, who is going to be taking...
Deer hunters.
Yep. So, who is going to be taking point? One person, whoever's taking point is the person who gets to make a foresight check.
Who's got the highest foresight?
I have
One
two.
of you two.
I have two as well.
I'll take that since you're being for healing on there, and also I'm gonna go with the roach aspect too because just to let you know for my tough spot. This point, roach. That means I start immediately at cracked on detachment, stress, and trauma, but I can actually spend humanity in order to assist checks. So I can literally burn myself out.
Yeah.
So in order to do
Go
that,
right ahead.
Yeah. By the way it's healed in between sessions is
Well, I have my
every
spell's
dependent
bad.
heals one column of threat, starting with the farmost one, and then that's done for free, and then you can spend one bounty to heal one box of threat. So, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, you make your foresight check.
yes, that's going to be 10 over 2 black.
Okay, it's you realize the quickest way to Denver is going through an area that's lower elevation, and going through some gullies and ravines, and you realize it's spring, it's rainy season, and all the snow in the mountains is melting off. Being on the low ground is not necessarily the best place to be. So do you?
And also, frozen vectors that have possibly slid down, thawed out.
No, you're thinking
Flash floods.
Yeah.
Flash floods. So you can risk it and just go, or you can spend an extra bounty to climb to the high ground.
Extra bounty?
I'm sorry, extra ration.
Ration. I'm going to recommend at least spending the rations to avoid that. So,
all right, you made your foresight check. You get to avoid the
Eat
flash.
food to not die.
yeah. There's a good chance we'll find more food.
So you take a longer route on the higher ground, and you are your foresight paid off as the ravine you're walking alongside starts. There is a flash flood.
We have the high ground.
Yeah.
Yay.
So you're all wet and miserable, but you're not being pummeled by water filled with hazards, bits of casualties and rocks, and it's extremely cold water too.
Gary Busey?
Yeah, it's really bad. So that's your first night.
At least it wasn't Nick Nolte.
Let's see here. So you continue on. Hours of walking later, everyone spend another ration.
Okay.
All right. So who's taking point again? Who's going to be making this is an alertness check. Awareness. Sorry.
Awareness. Let's see. I have 2. So.
You take it, not me.
I think you're still
Remember,
talking.
remember, this is one thing where it's one and done. Whoever makes a skill check makes it for the group.
Right.
No one else makes a roll.
Okay, so 2 on awareness. So, all right.
Shine on, you crazy diamond.
Greasy for the win. So and Ty still go to the market, right?
Yes. Oh, are they both even?
No, they're not. So no, it's not a critical. No, I would have said that. I'm actually going to go ahead and pay a will to switch that.
Flip that?
So flip it. So that'll be 8 over 4 black.
Okay. In that case, you notice quickly on. It's getting to be dusk, twilight, and you can see in the dying sunlight eyes coming from the darkness that the dying sunlight is reflecting off of. Multiple pairs of eyes.
Like feline eyes or not?
I don't know. What
There's a cougar
they're definitely
in that
not human
car.
eyes. The light's reflecting off of them. Do you have what skill do you want to recognize what this is?
Let's see.
There's a pack of them.
I don't think I have anything
Fucking
else.
toy wolves.
Spoiler alert.
With that,
Foresight would work.
foresight. We'll see if I make a foresight roll just for
Yeah.
having.
Where did meme go?
God damn it. Yes, that's going to be 7 over 2 black.
Okay, yeah, you are being stalked by a pack of koi wolves. These are coyote wolf hybrids that have become very common since the crash. They're very intelligent, and you've heard word on the Lifeline forums that they know how to deal with casualties. Yeah, so they're there, and they're not attacking you, but they're sort of watching you from the underbrush, and they're keeping pace with your group.
Okay, just silently, not like noticing them, not wanting to make a lot of
Yeah,
sound.
all of you see them.
In
They're
case
on
there
both
are,
sides.
in case there are casualties about that.
You don't hear any casualties yet. So,
Doesn't mean they're not there.
no, yeah. What do you want to do? They're obviously interested in you. You don't know if you're in their territory. You don't know what they're trying to. Yeah.
Based on his role, do we know anything about them? Like, are they afraid of fire? Are they?
I mean, they're predators. I mean, yeah, they would be. They're intelligent. The reports are they're getting more and more aggressive towards people, but not in a dumb way. They don't charge people directly. But
How many can we count by the lights, the eyes that we're seeing?
you can make one check.
Okay,
Yeah.
awareness.
Yeah.
Okay,
I could always just explode a rock with a rocket round.
it's true.
The noise would attract
Noise
casualties.
is an issue.
No, it's a failure. I have no idea who.
Yeah.
We could. I mean,
You
I
can
hate
spin
to,
a reference to call him Koi Wolf Expert.
yeah, I hate to burn rations too quickly, but we could like leave an offering.
That's true. That's what I was thinking of. So
Unless they're really intelligent, they're not going to see that as an offering. That's more of an invitation. We have food. Come
Good
here.
Point. Good point.
so that might be a
That
good
is how we tamed wolves, ostensibly.
That is
Do we
true.
want a tame pack of wolves following us?
that apparently,
Yes.
according to science, knows how to deal with zombies. I
Yeah.
think that'd be badass.
They
personally,
have thrived since the crash.
Yeah.
Like, all of a sudden, should I ever find myself playing in a Red Markets campaign, I know what I'm gunning for.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
Trapper with Pet Koi Wolf.
Lieutenant Gundar. like,
Although we might
Lieutenant Gundar sounds
we might
good to
split
me,
the difference
right?
here by calling a reference.
That'd be fine.
Taking
How can
calling
we
a reference
Yeah.
like for somebody who's more of an animal handler, seeing if they have or
I have references left.
Well, you know, the local expert is Alpha. Like,
Alpha.
yeah.
No, I know a different one. I mean, if it's causing air in the
Fine,
ground,
don't use them.
No, Alpha's a good one. It's just sad in a way.
find him. Marty Stauffer Jr.
Marty Stafford Jr.
Yeah. Wild America, PBS, the 80s.
Yes.
Well, that's just to take it. That's someone's anchor name, you know. Marty
Yeah.
Stafford Jr. So you call him up. He goes, I can't even.
That's National Geographic.
Yeah.
I know. Sorry, that was
Yeah.
Until next time, enjoy our Wild America. Like,
Yeah.
just announcer voice would do it.
Okay. Hey, hi there, Loman. This is Marty Stafford Jr.
I know. I called you.
Good point. Good point. I'll take that. Yeah.
So Koi Wolves, Marty.
Oh yes, they are quite intelligent. Are you being pursued by a pack of them?
I believe so, yes.
Oh yes, that is quite the conundrum. They do know that takers have people who travel out in the wilderness in small numbers have food, and they want that food. And they also know that they're scared by casualties, so they may be trying to wait until the casualties come near you and then attack. Or I would recommend either giving them food and then running the other way to get away from them, because they will go after the food. If you shoot at them, of course, use silenced weapons. That might drive them away. Because again, if you use fire or unsilenced weapons, you will definitely draw casualties, which will cause the Koi Wolves to attack as well.
So you did really well with that.
Yeah.
I just figured out about 5 seconds in who he actually should have been.
Who?
Richard Attenborough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that would have been human work what?
The Koi Wolf pack.
David Attenborough.
Truly a
Yes.
dynamo in action.
Oh,
That's-
Richard Attenborough
Was
is
the
Hammond.
director, yeah.
Yeah.
So
So he tells you that
Yeah.
if you give them food and then get moving the other way, you can outdistance them because they'll just eat and not pursue you. But if you make too much noise, they'll attack when the casualties show up. So they're just waiting for you to run into casualties.
Make a bundle and hang it in a tree, like close enough that they could get it, but long enough that it...
To make them take a little bit more effort.
Yeah, especially if you rub the food on it to make it smell,
yes.
really good.
This smells really good.
Yeah.
It's a little,
he recommends spending at least 3 charges of rations that can be split among multiple people.
I mean, we could all go 1, right?
Oh yeah, that would be definitely.
Yeah, so we can donate those. So,
all right.
donate to the cause.
Okay.
All right, so that would require a skill check though to set it up so that it's placed just right, so that they can't get it immediately, but they don't get too frustrated. They don't realize it's impossible.
Mechanics?
Either one would work.
What do you have in mechanics?
2.
I have 3 in athletics.
Do that.
Okay.
I'm useful outside the enclave.
You climb the
Yay!
tree and bend the branch just enough, so it's
I do, actually.
Okay.
8 over 4.
all right. Spend
That's
one
exactly
charge,
what I
another
did.
one for athletics.
Oh, sure, yeah, rations. That's how that works.
It is how that works. So you tie the food up into a bundle, put it tight, hook it up on a branch, and then bend the branch just enough that you judge it that it's just they can jump up and get it. But
The zone of proximal development.
it is the zone of proximal development. All right, and that's you run off and you can see the koi wolves gathering around it. One of them is watching you while the rest start jumping up trying to get at the food. It's a bit eerie, seeing how well they're all silent. There's not even growling among them, and but yeah, it's a little eerie. But you get away, so good job.
Yeah, I do want to see wow, it's got to be in Idaho, the enclave that has tamed koi wolves. like only just barely.
Idaho?
Exists.
I was thinking Utah, but okay.
Or Wyoming. I mean,
Yeah.
so-
Somewhere else.
Idaho and Wisconsin are where the big wolf packs are these days.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Oh,
In fact, they're getting really, really bad in some areas. Like, they're starting to not be afraid of humans anymore.
We have coyotes.
And they weigh about 200 pounds, so they're pretty aggressive.
So you continue on into the night and taking shelter for free. You know of a house where you can sleep on the rooftop, but then you get onto the third leg. Morning, as you're getting right outside the dinner. So your third leg.
Spin a ration?
Spin a ration.
Okay.
And who's up point?
Let's see. I guess me for awareness, just to make sure
Sure.
we're still. Does anybody else want to do it, or do you want me to?
No, I don't have any
You've
awareness.
been doing great.
Killing it.
Let's do it.
I feel like I should say easyrollerdice.com, even though it's not here.
Yeah. That's just tempting thing.
Yeah.
Bite your tongue.
Try with that. Oh well, not that. So that's going to be 12 over 7 black.
Okay, so you can hear it from a distance. There's definitely a horde, a small group, well, a mob of casualties. You can hear the shuffling sounds.
Do I know how many shambles there are there?
Hold on. There was more. Yeah. Okay. Well, then. I won't talk about the tank now. They are being led away. Then you hear music, and then you hear the bass drop. Someone drunk is playing classical. Oh, it's classical EDM. Skrillex, of course. There's a donkey with speakers, just sort of hopping, marching away.
Tonight only, the Blues Brothers Rhythm and Blues Review.
I wish of that, but the sad thing is when you said I heard the drop, I'm almost thinking it's like, oh look, it's the Wandering Little Wave. Turned down for what?
So yeah, no, a donkey. Think of those Boston Dynamic four-legged robots with speakers playing dubstep to distract a group of zombies. It's just you just see that over near the horizon. So it's about a quarter mile away.
Crunking them off into the distance. God bless it.
So yeah, what do you want to do?
Crunking back and forth forever.
So, is it directly in our path that we would have to get? We could just leave it on its being and letting it go.
Yeah.
So
Give me a foresight check.
honestly, it's doing its job for us. So I think if we follow its path, we should be fine. Okay, again, 12 out of 7 black. So
Well, that's a functional drunkie. which is a valuable piece of technology. Someone's controlling it or programmed it. And you could that means that there's someone attached to that thing, which means one, you could either take it for yourself, or two, you could help the drunkie and possibly the favor and help of the person who owned it. And plus, casualties are worth bounty usually.
Right.
So this is a chance. You don't have to do anything, but it's, do you want to go stir some shit up to possibly make some more money?
Can we see what's the mass of the casualties?
Well,
You cannot see from this distance.
okay.
it's
more
not
than
necessarily
4.
a shootout. Okay, so somebody is managing this thing remotely.
Or it's programmed to do this. You can't tell.
Okay, well, laptop, can I, yeah, can I get a
read
read
it.
on that, basically?
That'd be
Yeah,
computers.
okay.
Or what skill do you want to use for that?
Actually, should I direct that to... Maybe.
I don't actually. He only has mechanics. He's
computers actually isn't a skill per se.
Oh, right. Just research. How would I find out if a drunkie's being remotely driven? And, research online. I was just looking, is it +2, courtesy of laptop
All right,
upgrade.
that's your action.
So, yeah. So that's 9/5.
9/5, yeah. You figure out there is network encrypted signals coming from it,
Okay.
and being sent to it. So there is some sort of link network. It is networked to something,
Right.
But given how it's acting, it's probably pre-programmed in sort of it. It's like there's programs to, so it's on some sort of pre-course, but someone is monitoring it
Okay.
or has a link to it. So someone's watching it, but it's just on its own course. So it's not being manually driven as far as you can tell. But someone is definitely aware of it and keeping tabs on it. So that's your action. Who's one sack next? Absentee? All right. If you're not sure what you want to do.
Yeah.
You're pretty far away from it. You can move up. There's a bit of cover. There's some, hulked out, ruined cars and things. You're sort of in the outskirts of Denver, so there's some buildings, some let's see here, highway markers or dividers and that kind of thing.
The outskirts of Denver.
Can I just use awareness to scan?
Yeah, you can scope in and
Since I opted for the digital scope, it doubles as binoculars, so I get a +2.
oh yeah,
awareness.
definitely.
Yeah. Oh,
With binoculars, you can definitely give it a go to try and count how many are there.
Right, so that'll be. So that's a 13/8.
There are 7 casualties. They're all standard cat. I mean, none of them are vectors.
Okay.
They all look like civilians. They're vintage, couple of years old at least, a couple of years of wear and tear and of weathering on them. So there's a good chance that they have, bounty on them.
so casualties with a good patine.
Yeah, exactly. Patina. So McSuffins, do you want to do anything?
Well, okay, I just kind of have a general question.
Sure.
So, bounty from them would look like you kill them and then...
You take their driver's
Yeah,
license.
the basic unit of currency is a driver's license. You turn that into the
Okay.
government, you get rations or supplies in exchange because the government doesn't know who's alive and who's dead. So if you turn in the driver's license of a dead person, they can mark that name off their lot and say, oh, that person's property now can be inherited or claimed by the government.
Yeah, okay.
So
So they
bounty.
cash you out the average amount of one person's net worth.
is
But-
equal. Yeah, so
yeah.
that's
Got
become
it.
the currency for the loss is driver's licenses
Okay,
of dead
all right.
people.
Well,
Yeah,
so
you
do we feel the desire for a quick side job? If it's only 7 between...
Well, if you fire a loud weapon,
You'll get
it'll
more.
attract more.
And we
Right.
don't really have a lot of non-loud weapons. Like, to me, the only way if there is something that fits our skill profile that we can somehow help out whoever's doing this,
But we don't know what their goal is.
right?
So
but we
maybe
could
research
contact
it.
them now.
Yeah, so figure out what the goal is of whoever is controlling the thing.
Oh yeah, that'd be a networking check if you want to try and you do get an ID number for the drunkie, so you can.
Okay, well,
Or
I can...
we know where the signal's being bounced to.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So you-
Well, it'd be
you want me
networking
to
to find out who it is.
do Networking, not research. Okay, I can
Okay.
do networking.
That
I have
definitely
that at a
uses
one.
UBIC charges.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but-
I've got a laptop charger.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Does it cost like 2 on the laptop, or is it just
No, this has all upgrades,
Oh,
so
the
it's
upgraded?
no
Cool.
longer hungry.
All right, cool.
All right, so I'm going to roll
is
networking at a
optimized.
+1. Wow.
And actually, I think networking's higher for.
All as well. So that's a critical success.
Nice. Way to roll dice.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, you get the person on the line. It's another taker from another enclave. Let's say
Donkey.
Dronky.
Drone donkey.
Yeah,
Okay.
Have you seen like the Boston Dynamics dogs? Or
it's a real thing.
okay, I'll
Later. Yeah, let's do
yeah, no, go ahead.
They're
I'm
really
cool.
stupid.
Okay.
Well,
Hey,
near future tech wise.
I mean,
From the military perspective, like they so far have proven a complete bust in their current form.
Yeah.
And are just really funny to watch until somebody decides to missile kick it.
Yeah. So you contact, let's say, her. It's a woman taker. Her name. She goes by the name Spiders from Mars. It's a David Bowie themed taker group. They
Are we
operate.
part of that one?
Yeah.
Sounds awesome.
They're actually affiliated with the
included?
DHQS. There's the government. There's an enclave near where NORAD used to be, and they operate out of there.
we were by there.
So,
Shine
Spiders from Mars. Yeah, you have my. Hello? Yeah?
Hello.
Yes.
Hey. Sorry, I kind of jumped.
Guess
on
you're
you.
talking.
Well,
Yeah.
he looked at me. I'm sorry.
You can both talk. You're both looking at the laptop at the same
Right.
time.
We're on speakerphone.
Yeah.
Keep talking.
You can talk if you want.
Hey, so we have your Drunkian view. I'm assuming.
Oh my God! Yes.
Would you like a status update?
According to us, Goblin King is fine, but is he still chasing? Is he still being chased?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have them in view. There's
About half a
7.
dozen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't suppose you could secure him for get rid of those guys, could you? I'll pay a bounty per one. I really need him back.
Oh, okay. Is there
I
a
figured you
particular?
were doing a micro dead drive or something.
I'm on a job.
Extenuating circumstances.
Extenuating circumstances.
It
Yeah.
happens.
Well, how about we clear him out and then we'll secure your Drunkie, the Goblin King.
Yeah. Just if he's not being chased by anything, he'll come back.
Oh, okay.
So he's just stuck in an evade loop.
Yeah.
Okay. So we don't need to secure him in a building or anything like that.
No. He's got a lot of battery charge. I just need him not to keep going farther and farther away.
Yeah, he is kind of headed out into nowhere.
Yeah, that's really if you could get him back, that would be fine.
Sure.
Jarrett. Yeah. Actually, when you scope in, you saw the word Jarrett spray painted on the side of the truck.
Jarrett.
Yeah, Jarrett. Sorry. Yeah. And you also saw that there was a
He has no
codpiece
power
glued to
over
the
us.
bottom of it. So
Of course there was.
Anyway.
Wait.
not
Does that mean
distracted.
right now, as
Yeah.
he's pawing across the land, he's dancing the magic dance?
Of course he is.
yeah, of course.
Now I understand
anyways,
why the Drunkie's moving now.
That explains why it's going sideways.
Oh, that's a Drunkie.
Yeah, the face is optional, but I
Yeah.
find it funny.
It's optional. Well, Jareth clearly has
Yeah.
hair instead of a face.
Yeah. So it's a side job. Otherwise, thank you.
Oddly form-fitting
You also get a rep
tights.
spot if you're a good citizen. Rep spots are things that you can use to gain a bonus sway in negotiations. Like it's a free bump up. But that would be for a campaign thing. So
Before I let her go, can I ask, is there a way that you can program him to evade in a particular direction? Like, can you manipulate that at all?
not really. It's sort of based on his current sensor reading. So and what terrain looks most open and farthest from the zombies. So
Okay, so he's going to head
I
towards
can't.
the most
He's too
open
far
terrain.
away for me to really control reliably. There's sort of a latency,
Yeah.
and you kind of need split second timing with this kind of thing.
So, I mean, it'd be awesome if we could peel the casualties without actually firing big loud weapons. Like, that should be our contingency, but should we just go plan greased up deaf guy?
Yeah, you can just
I don't
run
know
up.
what that plan is.
They'll take a live human over a robot any day of the week.
Who's fast?
Who has the most athletics?
I have athletics of 3.
I have 1. If you want one of us to keep on the back just in case, as backup.
Like,
Actually, absentee, you can give me another awareness check.
like put absentee
It says
on
I can hand
Overwatch.
you
With or
my
without
handgun.
scope bonus?
With a scope bonus.
Sweet. Is it balanced?
Yeah.
Oh. I don't have shoot.
Good success!
When you mention this plan, you see the perfect chance. There is a bridge that goes over. Well, we used to go over a highway. You see, it's jumpable by humans, but casualties certainly can't jump that, or they don't. Casualties, as a rule, don't jump. Vectors do, but not normal shambling zombies.
Yeah.
So if he can make 3 athletic checks, he can get. He can jump the gap, and they'll all fall to their doom
Sweet.
without firing a shot.
Shot, so
Yeah. Actually, I'll go ahead and borrow that because I do have a speed of 3, so that means I would still have a 30% chance of defaulting.
You want my gun?
Yeah, just for this.
Because it is
So,
silenced, so.
Yeah.
In case I get, real bad
Here.
spot.
Only use
I
this if
get
you need
myself
to.
up in the biggest tree I can and get braced up properly.
Yeah.
We'll wait
Okay.
for you right here.
yeah, we'll just keep on.
Well, there's actually a large Range Rover you can get on top of and lie down on.
Sweet.
It's pretty elevated. So yeah, you don't have to worry about range penalties, obviously, for shooting anywhere. You can see it, you can shoot it.
This is risky.
But obviously, with
You're the one who doesn't want me to pop them, so.
Because then we'll get more.
Well, yeah, but.
so yeah, it's 7 bounty plus whatever's on the undead. Plus if you.
Oh yeah, because they'll be. I mean, once they fall, they'll be
Very dead,
done.
dead.
Yeah.
Well, we'll wait down there and we can
just clear them
loot
out.
the bodies
Yeah.
quickly.
Just
Yeah.
not right there.
No,
No, not right there.
Off to the side.
50 feet away or so.
So he's in Overwatch. You two are at the site to
Bottom,
scavenge
yes.
him. All right. You
Okay.
3 athletic checks.
You ready to run?
They're just basic successes.
I know.
So, Bill, should I cue up
Now,
chariots
if
of fire for you?
If you fail one, you get another check to stay ahead of the herd. We fail 2 in a row. You're in melee range. So
Okay. So basically, succeed 3 in a row, don't fail 2 in a row, and limited by rations.
and of course, but if you get in melee range, you can make a shoot check to,
And you'll have
Or
one.
I could.
Yeah,
I
or
mean,
you
I
could.
could roll default. Like,
Yeah.
that'd
Do you have a
probably be-
silenced weapon?
yes,
Yeah,
she handed it
loading,
to me.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Here's my handgun.
first athletics check.
And you didn't spend any.
Ties. Fuck.
Okay. Make another one.
Yeah, good
Because
point.
you had to get close enough to get their
Right,
attention.
yeah.
So.
Hi!
Not worth it.
Is it
Ties again.
okay?
Are we going to be happy we have our suppressant on?
You can.
Actually, I'm gonna go
Choose
ahead
something.
and.
Have you already spent your will?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
So I pretty much need to.
All right.
Flip it.
Yeah.
Well, flipping it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So now that's your first success.
Yes.
All right.
I'm going to go ahead and, even though this doesn't make a lot of statistical sense, I will go ahead and put an extra +1 on.
Okay.
See what we get. That's more like it. That's 10 over 4.
That's 2 successes. Oh yeah. Give me a self-control check.
Right?
Yeah. This is definitely trauma.
That's fine.
Yeah. You're like, nah.
Ain't no
I've
thing.
done this before.
I'm just glad to be useful in the field for once.
Hey, you.
All right. So you've made 2
negotiated.
checks.
Yeah. Let's see. Hull is adaptability, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So I need to burn off one of those to refresh my rations. It's going to be a lot of beans tonight.
You always eat a lot of beans, but the night before a job, Yeah. Extra
Carbo.
go juice.
The magical fruit. So I'm spending 3.
Okay. Plus 2 to your roll.
Yep. Which is a fail.
Okay.
I'll spend 3 again, which will put me back where I started when we started this whole mess.
Yeah.
It's okay. Bounty buys a lot of beef jerky.
Oh, no, I just.
12 over 1.
All right, so you make it.
Luigi jump over.
You jump over the gap, behind the gap.
Twiddly feet.
You watch him. It's very. Actually, you give me self control too, because he almost,
Almost bit.
Okay.
Self-control, yeah.
It's at a 1. Got it. I'm fine.
All right.
It's a great plan. I was happy to be a part of it.
Sniper's got his knife.
Both of you were waiting for it, but both of you give me self control checks as well.
Oh yes.
Because it's really gross. And
8 over 7, I'm good.
No, not me.
all right, well, you actually haven't seen zombies explode on pavement before.
I should have told you to look away.
It's a hell of a thing.
No, I need.
Did Blake in your mouth?
No, it didn't.
No.
So all right. So,
So it's
stress-
one trauma.
A trauma. Okay.
Yeah.
that makes sense.
It is.
Yes, it does.
All right, so who's gonna root around the goop? This is a
Scavenging skill, so that's me.
Yeah.
Could
That's not me.
first aid charges modify that for gloves?
Yeah. I'll say if you spend a charge, you can get a +1 to your roll.
Okay.
So what?
Okay, so
If you fail
the
scavenge,
blight is a disease.
Oh yeah. So
the zombie thing.
Yeah, I'm immune though, but I could give him gloves.
Yes.
Oh,
you wouldn't even have to roll.
Oh yeah. So,
She can just root
Do you
around
have
there.
to have scavenge?
but the question
I
is,
do not have scavenge. That's the problem.
the question. Well, can I roll and basically tell her where to pick?
That's why we're working together.
One thing is also immunes are worth a lot of money because
Story wise,
Probably.
yeah. Story wise,
So
have you told us yet? That's
Yeah.
the problem because.
technically someone could just sell you to a lab for money enough money to
Oh,
retire.
like my teammates.
Yeah,
could
like-
do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't tell anyone.
So you're a new
More or less a bunch of mercs like that you don't know.
That's fine.
Here you go. You know how to scavenge better than me. You
All
can
right,
borrow my
Mark,
book.
Uh,
Mark went on first date.
all right.
I'll give you +1.
All right. So do I need to spend my charge then, or?
No, this is scavenge.
Okay,
You're not running.
All right. Well, it was for the gloves until she gave.
Honestly, I wasn't even looking for the
Scavenge
charge
does
so
not
much
spin
as
rations.
if you crit fail, maybe you won't have to make infection
Yes,
checks.
that's going to be 5 over 1 black.
Okay. But your unmodified roll was a 4.
Yes.
So you find 4 bounty.
So one for each.
Attack
So,
driver.
Will buy me enough beans.
yeah, beans are good.
So yeah, you get 7 bite dimes wired to you. So and you have 4 cryptocurrency. So it's a profitable little side job.
Yep.
11 ain't nothing.
Yep. And it only took you some rations and nearly dying. So
I nowhere nearly died. That's what I'm telling myself.
You jumped real well.
Goodbye, Jareth. You have no power over us.
yeah, that little his little codpiece, bouncing as he returned.
Bouncing into the sunset.
Yeah.
So, Aaron, would you say you were in the foul swamp?
According to the usual size, I don't think such a thing exists.
Wrong swamp.
So you have a
Okay,
new labyrinth that is.
Sorry, that's the one that my mind went to.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I can't remember what the actual name was. It's been a while since I watched that movie.
Yeah, it's all good.
So
Labyrinth.
The joke we've been making the whole time.
Oh, sorry, no, sorry.
Fog of Eternal
Stench.
Yes,
Yes.
the Fog of
Eternal Stench, sorry.
That's it.
That is where you were. Yes.
all right. So you all head into Denver.
Change my name to Hoggle.
Now, you know where the Denver Art Museum is. There's actually 2 buildings in it. There's a little skywalk linking the 2 across the street, but first you have to get there because it's downtown Denver. And guess what? There's a lot of casualties still in Denver. And even though as you move in, you do see rope bridges and other things set up. Now this is daytime.
Access point.
Yeah, so you can you see a access point. You see a 2-story building that has a rope ladder connecting to another building that connects to another building. So yeah, how do you want to proceed through Denver? You can sneak on foot. You could run on foot. You could get into a building and climb up to the top, or you could climb on the outside of a building.
What time of daytime
It is
it?
morning.
Okay. Well, we could hold up until it's dark and then take the roofs.
You could.
That's a good way to at least
Of course,
recuperate.
how many light sources do you have?
Plenty.
With
You gave us backpacks.
They don't have flashlights.
Which you did not fill them when we had opportunity to buy crap.
Oh.
You have what you have on your sheet. There's no magic.
well, flashlights.
What?
I'm calling my digital scope functions for night vision, so...
Yeah, see there. You go.
Research to call up what the weather's going to be tonight and what the phase of the moon is.
Yeah.
If it's a full moon, we've got no problem.
I mean,
I'd have some
we're in the
problems.
concrete jungle. We're still having problems.
Well,
Yeah.
But rope ladders across building tops.
yeah.
like-
If you're on the top of the
Right,
building,
like,
it's full
the only
moon
time you're
fine.
scared is when you're skylighted. Yeah, no, it's great.
Calculated by the stars.
crit success.
You get all the information. There is miraculously still weather service out here. So, well, actually, there are moths and other groups that do it. So it's not quite as accurate.
NORAD is still around.
That's true.
Yeah.
So phase of the moon is going to be half full, so you have some light from that, and it's going to be partly cloudy, 50% chance of rain.
Okay,
rainy
so if you guys want to do this at night, I'm going to spend my day
season. It's
working.
clear right now.
I'm going to spend my day working my way up into a building opposite, because you don't need me for stealing shit. And then I can guide y'all with the scope while also providing
You can
Overwatch
Overwatch,
for when
yeah.
this goes bad. Yeah.
Because I'll probably need to be in there for scavenging just to make sure.
So
I can
honestly,
take a
it's
picture
not
without
like-
breaking it.
No, that's true.
It's not like a Sasser's an ideal CQB weapon. You know, I
Right.
really ought to be a few hundred meters away for it to make sense.
I concur.
It isn't sniper forging, so. Sorry, Tom.
Well played.
Okay, so what are we doing?
No, don't be sorry.
Y'all are gonna hold
He knows
up.
what
I'm
he-
gonna climb up in the best building I can find that'll give me the
Well,
best.
first you have to get there, getting your outside.
Exactly.
So,
yeah. No, I get it. I gotta go sneaky sneak.
yeah,
we're
you
gonna
can sneak
stay
on the
on the
streets,
ground.
or you can sneak from.
We're going
You
to
could
go
just
ahead and get
crawl
the-
across the ladders, the rope bridges across the thing. That would minimize your profile. So,
Right.
so that's to be a stealth check. And if you want to spend all day doing that, you could.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'm a sniper.
Okay, first you have to get up to the ladder.
Done a field crawl before. Yeah.
So there is a building near you.
Okay.
You can go into the building up to the roof, or there's a fire ladder on the side.
Let's all take the fire ladder to the top, and then
We'll hang out and
we
we'll
can
go forward.
yeah, we can basically stay, lay down on the top of the building all day.
Okay. Can
on your damn cans.
can I spend a first aid charge to give him a basic first aid something in case he runs into a problem while we're separated?
Sure. How many charges do you want to give him?
I'll just give him one.
Yeah.
Do you have first aid the skill? Because if not,
I do not. So.
that's pretty much useless.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So even if he has the thing, he can't use it if he doesn't.
He can always make an unskilled try to put thing on hold.
Yeah.
What's
kind
your
of-
If it won't be as
intelligence?
effective.
Like a
though.
My
tourniquet.
adults do too.
Yeah.
So
You'd have a 20% chance of doing it.
and what she
Never
gave
mind.
him do?
If he
Would it be buying the
if you
check?
give him that unit, if you give him that charge, the result of a failure is going to be less. So if you, without it, you're putting a dirty rag in. At least this is like a clean rag.
Right, so I'm gonna hand him a tourniquet and
Yeah,
some
you
gauze
can-
and
yeah.
say, if you're bleeding,
Yeah.
use this.
That might be worth it for a
yeah,
charge.
yeah.
So just remember that if you have to make a first aid check.
Yeah.
Spend kit to not make it worse. Yeah, okay, I like it.
That's fine. The first aid kit's pretty fungible. You can split it up as one big thing.
Yeah.
All right, so you're going to the fire ladder. Who's going to first?
I have athletics of 3,
One.
I've got it at 2. Let's go in order.
Yeah.
pretty much. I
So
mean,
you're
you're
gonna
coming up
first?
too at the same time, right?
Yeah.
So at least I can be at the end of the row so I don't fall on
You definitely
anybody.
need to make an athletic check. The ladder's off the street, so you have to. Well, no, just
Oh, okay.
well, I assume he's the one jumping up to get the ladder.
Yeah.
Pull that ladder.
Should let me.
Well, it's 9 over 8.
Okay. There's a loud creaking sound. You pull out. Everyone, give me a self-control check. Loud noises are bad.
No, I made it.
I'm fine.
7 over 2.
8 over 2.
One stress if you fail.
Critical failure.
Critical failure.
All right. Merry Christmas. You're welcome.
Aaron's never been to Denver. He's never been
How many will do you have?
One.
Please don't shriek.
No, he does. He's like, oh fuck.
That can't actually make it.
Yeah.
Well, it could make
actually-
humans worse, but it
Oh no,
can't
no,
make
that actually makes
themselves
sense
worse.
because my weak spot is externalized frustration. So it's like, fuck me.
Yup, that makes
All right,
We all in
that's
unison
allowed
turn around
enough to
and
bring
shush
some casualties. Mass 7 distance. All right, so they are 9 shambles away, and there's a mass of 7 of them.
Oh, we'll get up by then. We're okay.
We're all up. You're the one
No,
that's...
No.
You're the one who pulled it down.
jump.
Nobody's fine.
Yeah, let's do this round by round. Don't get ahead of yourself.
Sorry,
This is
yeah,
self-control.
I messed up. That was the
All right, so
self-control
that
check.
was your action. You got the ladder down, and it made a lot of sound, and you can get up the top of it as part of your
Okay.
action. You jump.
Yeah.
All right, so that's your action.
All right, so I'm going to do the same.
You don't have to roll to do that because the roll was to grab the ladder and pull it down.
I
without
can
ma-
climb up without a roll.
No, that's the thing. He's at the top of the ladder. You're gonna have to wait this round.
But 9 shambles is a lot of distance.
Yeah, we
That's
actually have a
fine.
lot of
Climb
time. so-
faster.
Yeah, so all of you have to wait for him to
Okay,
get
no
out of the
problem.
way first for
Okay.
this first round. So unless you want to do something else while you're waiting, no. All right.
Just to be
Hold
clear, I've
on.
gotten my gun back
So
from
true.
him.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
that was a whole sequence.
Where the ladder is, because
Well,
that's
you didn't
it's
say that.
is this actually
Typical fire escape.
Typical fire
ladder,
escape.
Ladder was up there. He had to jump up and pull down.
Is it on the side of the building
sneak a little
where?
bit?
So it's out to the open
You
street.
gotta
It's not
No,
like-
no, no. It's in an alley.
It's in an alley.
Yeah,
so,
but 9
okay.
shambles
Is
gonna
there
be-
anything else I can see that would be able to
Or
block
9
it? Like
distance.
That's
It's gonna
too
be
far.
bigger
My range is
handgun?
pretty short.
You mean block the zombies away
Yes.
from you?
But
basically, yeah,
first-
just create a separate barrier.
Yeah,
Well,
there's a dumpster. You could roll that, and it would
Video- say what kind of-
Obviously, we're going
We
by
just need a
video game
stopgap
rules
is
here.
all
So
we're saying.
fine.
So
Yeah. All right.
In real life,
would it be
no, it would
mechanics
actually make your
or,
chances
athletics?
better.
Yeah,
Athletics roll.
it's not.
Okay.
Suppressors tend to
all right, let's give it a
tighten
shot.
up groupings of bullets.
Okay.
Like,
Or actually, does anybody want?
it doesn't necessarily add a lot of muzzle velocity, but it does
I'm
for
talking
some
about
reason
range
tighten them
of
up just a little
handguns
bit.
with suppressors.
So
right
while
now.
we're waiting, do you want to assist me with pushing a dumpster in the way to make sure we have a stopgap? for
Yes, of course I
zombies?
do.
Okay.
That's also loud. Is that okay?
Well,
You've already made.
We've already made the noise, so
I
yeah.
could start banging
I just-
away with 50
I just
cal.
want to know if it's like loud and
that, it'll probably
cumulative.
attract.
Yeah, a gun.
Oh,
Yeah, that would definitely. That would
And
definitely.
that's
sorry,
what I'm
I thought
asking.
you
It's
said
like,
only
we
once
haven't
per-
Okay.
It's
attracted-
per unique noise source.
Got it.
So
So-
I would count.
You'll give us
Dumpster.
dumpster along with
What's
Fire
your
Escape
athletics?
Creek.
My
Yeah.
athletics is like
Okay.
3
All
or
right.
3. So
It's
could
2.
we
It's
8
2.
and I give him +1 bonus, and he rolls for both
No,
of us?
you need 2 athletic checks to move it.
Okay.
It's a big dumpster.
Alrighty.
The wheels are not exactly greased.
Crit success. Fucking
He does it
She-Hulk.
by himself.
I'll do it on my own.
That helps because mine went to the market, so not a failure, not a crit failure, but it's,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's enough to overcome that. So both.
I tried to push over and you just straight up.
All right,
Never mind.
that'll effectively keep them 9 away, so you don't lose any distance.
Fine.
All right.
I'm ready to climb as soon as he's.
Okay, so new round. You go first because you're on the ladder. So, are you just gonna walk up the ladder? In which case, you clear enough space for one person to get up, or are you gonna run to the top?
I'm going to walk.
You're gonna walk. Okay. Give me an awareness check.
I mean, I like you guys, but 9 is a lot of distance.
All right.
Nope.
Okay.
Concur you later.
You walk up. One person can climb up.
All right. I will climb.
All right. You don't have to roll. The ladder's already down. You just
Okay. I'm going.
Now you can jump on a dumpster and then on the ladder.
Yeah.
And then
There we go. So I start scrambling up.
Well, no, you pulled it all the way down to the ground, or low enough that you don't have to make a check. It's just again, there's a bottleneck on the because fire escape.
Right.
So you two are still on the ground. They're starting to get around the dumpster, so they'll get to 8 unless do you guys do anything, or you're just going to wait your turn.
So they get to the dumpster by 8.
You just delayed their distance by 1, so like they would have been
you
at 7.
effectively added 1 because now they have to go around the dumpster.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So yeah, they're 8 away.
but that's going to give us plenty of time to get up, though. So,
Thus far.
all right.
Something happened.
Awareness roll to see if there's anything else we can use to block them off. So from the side,
You don't see anything in sight. Where are you looking? You're in an alley. There's buildings on the other side of you. There's a street. You have to be more specific than that.
well, actually, in that case, what's in the dumpster?
You'd have to go up to the dumpster and look in. In which case you get to distance 2.
I feel-
Actually 1, because they're fucking right around the dumpster. You slid
Oh, they pushed it way up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
He got a crit success, and it's on
It was on
wheels.
So
You just and it kind of slams.
no, I don't feel like getting near them right now.
You should have looked at the dumpster before you pushed it away.
Was it like a multiplayer brawler game where you just kicked the dumpster and it went flying?
With Great Success,
The
basically.
sprite went flying down the background.
It is Scott Pilgrim, so
Yeah.
All right, so you two wait. New round. You're still walking?
Yeah.
All right, you'll get to the roof, except you don't, as the rungs give up under you, because you failed your awareness check, because they're rusted and it's bad. So give me an athletics check to hold on. All right.
I already out of will.
Yes. I only had the one.
Ouch. Actually, I should roll. This is to the head. 3 stun to the head as
it
you
could be
wang
worse.
your head.
That's number Wayne.
Several
No, you're not.
several steps are basically broken, and so you'll have to make an athletics check to get to the top.
Okay.
And you don't do that this round. One more person can get on there, but until Bill gets to the roof, that's only 3 people can be on the fire escape easily, safely. So,
Yes.
all right. So expertise on there, still on the ground. There's 7 away now. And so Loman, you make athletic checks to try and overcome it, or if you have mechanics, or you could step aside and let someone else get up.
I'll let Roach, Greasy have a go at it.
Okay, so you spin this round, everyone moving around to
Yeah.
get Greasy up to the top. So that's all you can do, really, at least in terms of movement. So they get to 6. So you're just watching them get closer.
I'm ready. I'm ready to fire at this point.
Yeah, you have your weapon out. So Greasy.
in the alley, I'm expecting a bonus from the armor penetration to get a few of them.
Yeah, you can shoot through.
So no, that's not.
All right, spin 1 charge off your kit.
Okay. Oh wait, I forgot the kit gives me bonuses, right?
You have to use it.
I forgot to completely use it. So yeah.
Well, no, you used it. You spent 1 charge, but you
Just to buy it.
Yeah, to buy it. I'll allow you to make another charge, one more attempt by next round.
Yeah.
So you two are still up there.
Yeah.
You can look into the building. Both of you can give me awareness checks too.
So if I don't have that skill, I'm just rolling at
Adaptability. You're trying
Just
to roll
1
under.
d10. Roll
Yeah.
what's your adaptability?
2.
You need to roll a 1 or a 2 on a d10.
I need to roll a 1 or a 2?
Yes.
Nice. That's a 4.
Okay.
I passed. On that 5 over 2.
You look in, you see. Oh, you remember that people were trying to set up an enclave here.
Yeah.
You can see a box of random parts and things off in there in the hallway that you can see. Past the room that the window's at. So if you went into the building a bit, you might be able to scavenge. Of course, you don't know what else is in the building. So you could be
Let's deal with
thinking.
one problem.
Yeah.
So you realize, actually, you could just hold onto the ladder and climb up, and you would be above ground, but you'd just be kind of holding on because again, it's pretty. These fire escapes, they've been partially scavenged for supplies, which is why there's not as much space as there should be otherwise. So you can stay on the ground with your weapon ready, or you can climb up.
How far away are they now?
They are 5 away.
And what is the
They move
attack
1.
range?
1.
It's 1.
Yeah.
I'm going to wait this round.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Well, last one. So
Do we?
I'm actually. I can't believe I didn't think of this before. Here, I shit. What's the? Here it was trying to be cool. Recession punk.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
+2 mechanics for repairs and crafting.
Okay.
On the laptop. So
Spend a charge.
Okay, and so that's +2.
It looks like you're trying to repair a fire escape. Would you like help with that?
Fucking Clippy.
And I'm going to spend another +2 just to make sure we have this.
Yeah.
So,
Sure.
I get a +4. So.
Okay.
Well, plus your mechanics skill.
Yeah, so that took me 5 total, and it's still good. So that's going to be a +9.
All right.
So that's 9 over 5.
All right.
So duct tape.
All right. So you made it in plenty of time. You can all get up there. Are you going to go into the building to scavenge or not?
No.
All right, you all get to
Fuck you, Ross.
I don't know why. I'm just providing opportunities.
Ross, for as long as we've all been friends, how many times have you put a shiny in front of, asked us to take a leap of faith, only for us to die?
I am a fair GM. I don't know what you're talking about.
You are the bastard that turns the flashlight off once we shimmy out there on the beam.
And then you start flickering. It's like, hey, give it a shot. Come on.
All right, so you all get to the roof. You've had a very exciting morning. You sit down. It's a nice spring day, so you can kind of relax.
I mean, they're going to be busy down there for a minute. If we wanted, we have someone who's really good at shoot, we have a silenced weapon, and there's probably bounty on them. Mm-hmm. It's shooting fish in a barrel.
Yep.
At this point.
Yeah.
For absentee, yeah. Actually, there's a way, if in these kind of no-stress formats, absentee just makes one shooting check, and then you just spend one charge for every dead casualty. So in that case, whatever you mean to shoot, and then plus 7 more, or plus 6 more, because you shoot one in the head. So it would be like 6 or 7 charges at least.
How high is, so basically that's spending about a hull worth of, it's spending a refresh worth to pick up 7 bounty.
Well, you have to make a scavenge check.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because they may not have anything on them that's salvageable.
Yeah.
Point.
So, or because aside from bounty, instead of that, if you make a successful salvage check, they might have a piece of equipment you can take. You just say what it is, and if it's within reason, I just say, yeah, you have it.
Well, okay. I mean, can I hand him my handgun? Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he rolls at a higher.
It's just I'm spinning your bullets, so you're the one that's got to pay for your
I'm
refresh.
fine with that. I can pay. Okay,
You just need to keep one for yourself, technically.
Yeah.
So, you can climb back down, and you can make a shooting check.
No, not. Oh, yeah, climb down part of the fire escape.
Yeah.
Right, and then he uses the silent handgun
So-
and picks them off.
How many are you adding
Or you
to
just gotta
make
roll.
sure you hit?
And are you using your aimbot thing?
Yeah, I'll definitely use the aimbot thing.
That's
So,
really
because
good.
That's
that would be plus 5, wouldn't it?
that's 2 charge. Yeah, that's a plus 5 for me.
Yes.
So.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so you wouldn't even spend it. So actually just spend a fire and then to pick it off.
Yeah.
What
So
is
how many shots do you?
7.
It's going to be 7. Yeah.
Well, if he makes a shot.
Right.
Which at plus 5.
Right now it's just
It's
one,
hard not to.
because I'm shooting.
Right.
Keep it.
That is a tie.
After the adjusted?
Yeah, after the adjusted.
Yep. Unless you want to spin a will.
So it's a fail.
It's a fail.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ties
Unless
go
you
to the
spin.
market.
Yeah, ties go to the market unless you spin a will.
But that still spends ammo, right?
Yes.
Just-
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Well,
Just
spins-
the one,
Just the
right?
Just the
one.
one.
So you could try again just on another.
Yeah, you can keep trying until you run out of ammo.
Yeah, I'll just try again.
Okay, so that's
Keep
one
going.
wasted bullet.
I got plenty.
One wasted charge. So go ahead and try again.
Right. So
You just spend,
I
like,
assume I got to keep spending my charges on my UA.
Yeah.
mark down that you've spent out of your hull. Which,
Okay.
if it's not
Much
somewhere
better.
else, the
Okay.
adaptability
Good
box.
success.
Good success.
So now I'm dead shotting, just ricocheting bullets off the wall.
Yeah, I'll
But
give
they
you.
line up nicely in two.
Yeah.
They're all clean headshots. I'll say if you spend one on your UBIC specs, you can record it all, and then
And later you edit in, boom, headshot, boom, headshot. 360 no scope.
yeah, and
MLG horn.
you get to about you if you want to, you can either use that as a rep spot, you can use it to give yourself 2 bonus bunnies. You upload it to YouTube and essentially get ad revenue from it. So.
Or a board in the waist.
Yeah, well, people in the recession love this kind of stuff.
I mean,
Yeah.
fair enough.
So we've only used 2 bullets.
No,
so far.
now we've used 8 bullets.
He failed his first check and then 7 to kill the actual 7.
Right.
Okay, so we're not doing a check for each one. Got it.
No.
Well, no,
It's
one
get
for
a
the
hit
check.
and then dump the rest of the
yeah.
bullets. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Boom,
You
boom, boom.
get your range, and you perfectly headshot them all. So they're all dead. Who wants to go down there and make that scavenge check?
I guess that's
What's your scavenging at?
One, but
Oh, I have scavenge too.
oh,
Give
yeah,
me
the
those
iron
gloves.
scope? Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
These are the official scavenging gloves.
pretty much. Yay, I'm useful. Hopefully. Yes, 10 over 9.
10
Yeah.
over 9.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want bounty or do you want the an item?
Can we think of anything we'd really love to have?
Well,
Or you can
I
have a
don't know.
refresh for something.
What do casualties often have on them in terms of equipment?
I mean, these could be other
Anything that's
takers.
reasonably in the.
Actually, if we want something more quiet too, especially we can retrieve a crossbow.
Crossbow, I think you need a specialty skill for.
Do you need, I thought it was just
Yeah. Then
Was
you
it?
need shoot bow.
Okay,
as
you're right.
opposed
You're
to
right because
shoot
that's what we did
gun.
originally. So yeah, sorry.
Armor, drugs. Let's see here. Suppressing
I mean, I'll be honest. Like, in terms of bounty,
stim sauce, which is essentially hyped up military issue meth.
Oh, we can get soda too if we're
Since
really
this is a
so.
one shot, let's take gear. That's more interesting than bounty.
right? Sure. Yeah.
Let's try to figure out what we do.
So,
Actually-
Basilic's body armor. Almost torso and arms 5 to 9 against damage from all sources save fire. Spin charges convert all kill to stun damage, or spin charges to negate a single point of stun damage.
Yeah. You got headshot, so it would be
Yeah.
undamaged armor.
Yeah.
Would it so it'd just be the one
Yeah.
suit? That's fine. I mean, I'm assuming you're. Well, actually,
Yeah, I'm not going to take it, but you guys.
Actually, I'll
Yeah.
count it off. So it's 6 upkeep normally. So you could get that and 2 bounty. Or what you rolled a natural 10?
yeah.
right.
No, I rolled an 8
So,
plus
yeah,
2
yeah.
from scavenging. Made
Well,
it 10.
it's the black 8 that.
Okay.
So it would be
So it would
Basilisk
be,
armor
yeah.
and 2 bounty.
Okay. Actually, instead of bounty, like, could we get 2
Padded
refresh?
Oh, yeah, refresh would be good.
No, 1 refresh.
I could take a refresh on my handgun with a silencer.
I
Yeah.
can take it from my U-pick.
You didn't get a critical success, so yeah.
No.
It's just.
Yeah, like, I could also, like, I'll say this much, like, we made a lot on the whole bridge expedition, but I also spent an entire refresh
Touche.
worth of
Touche.
rations,
Yeah, touche.
which are spin points to not die.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
That's fine.
all right, so you
So
find.
who's
there's-
wearing armor?
No, you don't. You have to choose. You can have the armor and the refresh.
Oh, I thought that
Oh,
was
it sounded
from the
like
marginal
and.
2.
Oh no, actually, you can have the armor or the refresh.
Oh,
Yeah, opportunity cost.
Plus 2 bounty?
You guys are going to
Plus
be
2
in
bounty.
close quarters. Whoever's on point could probably use a
Right.
don't get bit and die. You've got an immune.
yeah.
And that means
I don't need the...
Do you ranged or do you melee?
Primarily ranged because I have a shotgun. So
Okay, so I don't have shoot as a skill.
Right.
So we'll put you in the armor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
So
not
you're getting
saying
armor
I'm
too,
just
Ronnie?
good
That's-
at hitting things.
since you're more
but-
athletic too, that's a better option. So.
Yeah, so there's one of the people is wearing a suit of basilisk armor. You spend the rest of the next couple hours cleaning it real good. In fact, burn another charge
First
after first
aid.
aid kit for
Disinfectant.
disinfectant.
Here, let me do that.
And give me self-control check to put it on anyway.
It's fine. It's real clean, I
I'm
swear.
wearing dead man's armor.
Ties.
Ties. All right, that's a
Yep,
fail.
so that's a fail.
So yeah, that's gonna be 2 stress.
Yeah. That's how that goes.
You just hope, yeah. You're sure you got everything.
She like drowned it in Purell. I'm sure
Yeah.
it's fine.
Because the blight works according to laws of biology and physics.
Why
Yeah.
am I itchy?
So you find 2 bounty,
Why
2
am I
driver's
sticky?
licenses, and you don't know what obviously someone from the enclave or something had the armor on, but it doesn't protect you from getting. You don't know. You don't
Don't even
investigate the body
care.
that.
I just
you don't
feel
even care.
wonderful. Like,
Yeah.
like the side benefit is it's kind of like a thunder shirt, so
Yeah.
it tamps down the anxiety that I feel from putting it on.
Yeah, it cannot be refreshed.
Yeah, when it done, it done.
Yeah, it can convert damage against everything except fire. So, spin charges, whenever you want.
Cool.
All right, so the rest of the day goes. Everyone can spend 1 more charge because you don't. It's the entire day, so you kind of need to eat some more.
Ham sandwiches.
Yep. At night, yeah.
What about me getting to my
Yeah, we
shooting
have one more
position?
line.
Are we
We
saying
can
this is
spend
the
a
one?
refresh.
Yeah, this is the one. You got.
just to
Well,
refresh
for you to get in your shooting position.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me stealth check.
Wonderful freeze dries memories.
Yeah.
Refresh comes from adapt.
Sean and I are already planning on
That's 9 over 6.
So you have
Yeah.
two refresh.
You find a good shooting
Two
position.
times during the simulator, you can say,
You have a view of both buildings from the west side, I guess, which is the side you're approaching from.
Right.
So you have a good idea of their exit. So, but yeah.
And we can communicate through like the Ubix specs, right? Okay, cool.
Yes,
And
we
you
can.
only need to use that once per scene, or you only need to spend once per scene.
Okay, cool.
You don't have
Well,
to use it every time you talk.
And
Yeah, so we'll be able to
I
constantly
have
split up, so.
blackout, so technically we have 3 points of TACnet.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, if you have 3 devices, you have.
Sorry, McStuffins.
Yeah. And actually, I also
Well, but you're with her. So.
We
As long as I'm not by myself.
we could make the case
fine.
that your Basilisk had the lash mic upgrade, and then you could give her the blackout.
How much does that cost? You're staring at it.
It's bounty because it's an upgrade. But
Oh,
like,
so if we just negated the 2 bounty and sunk it in and had lash mic instead, that way I can give that to
Alright,
her, and we do have a full TACnet.
Yeah. So,
Right.
and also, I also forgot. I actually probably would have been good at scavenging too, because I forgot I had my Puffenia app on my Ubix specs. So,
Oh, well,
but you made a good enough
There
roll
will
for
be
it.
more
So.
scavenging.
it's fine. Yeah.
we're going to an art museum. In fact, we should probably do a little bit of research ahead of time to see if there are any targets of opportunity in there,
I mean,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. You can
We
spend.
came all the way.
Well, here, the other option too, it's like I'm not sure how viable it would be, but if we can actually find a delivery truck or anything that was there and we can get it running, then stop
Oh,
it. as
so
much.
that.
And I have. Do you have drive?
I have drive.
What's your drive? Then?
One.
We could load up a
2.
truck with art.
So
Why the hell?
you know,
I agree.
There's a market.
yeah.
Like,
Okay. So what do you want to do? Absentee gets into shooting. Absentee will be covering you all.
Come on. So I can
Side.
I can guide you across the rope notes and then cover the exfil.
Yeah.
okay.
And the infill, but kind of.
Yeah.
Denver does look. There are casualties on the streets wandering around. You can give me an alertness check or whatever. Sure.
What's my... Where's alertness?
It's under
Awareness. Sorry.
adaptability.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay. Oh, it's the same thing as awareness. Got it.
Yeah. Yeah. Awareness alert.
Different games, different-
Yeah, I'm good. 8 over 6.
Okay. Somewhere a couple miles, you think maybe to the east of here, there's someone firing a weapon occasionally. So there's other people in Denver.
Shocking.
Yeah, but you do hear an explosion once during the afternoon.
If they're going loud, then they got bigger problems than us.
Yeah.
It's far away enough that the casualties near you don't even bother to go towards it.
Yeah.
So there are people in the area or in the city, in the region. You don't know if there are other takers or raiders or what, but yeah, you're not. The city is not totally abandoned.
Okay. It's good to know.
Yeah. So while Absentee's in position, getting in position, monitoring, figuring that out. What do you guys want to do? You can make one skill check to do research if you want to spend charges.
I'll do
But
that.
you need to be kind of specific about what question you want answered.
Well, maybe first off, finding a schematic of the building to see what would be the best entry point.
Yeah, that'd actually be pretty great. Find the, maybe not even so far. Like, it'd be great to find the blueprints, but just the,
Even a visitor's guide.
Yeah,
so
an
at
old
this point.
visitor's guide.
Sure.
So, dig data Doug gives me another +2. So, net +3. Damn, 12 over 3.
Okay. You pull it out. You pull the maps out. There are old cached maps. There are, in general, 2 buildings, 4 stories. They're both very arty. You can actually Google this now if you want to look at it. But yeah, there's a north and a south building. I'm just going to say, for the sake of expediency, the south building is the one that's supposed to have the Western collection.
Okay.
The Hamilton, there's the north building, and then the Hamilton building. Bleh. And then there's a parking garage to the east of it, and the Denver Public Library is to the northeast. So, if you want to see, there. So, yeah, the Hamilton building is the one with the Western Art Collection. Yeah, if you want to, that's where the painting should be. It's on I'll just say on the third floor.
Third floor of the Hamilton.
But because you have a guy looking on there, there is a ladder bridge leading to it that goes to the second floor. Connects to the second floor. So
that makes sense.
they just broke a window open and, lashed it on there. So, and there's like a tarp covering where the window is. So, like,
maybe we should send out a feeler. Like, I don't know whether this would be good or bad. Like, I don't think we should put it on Lifelines, but like, if we could just get in contact with someone that likes us at the Enclave, if we're that close to a major public library.
Oh, actually, no, sorry. The Western American thing is on the north building on the 7th floor. But the entrance, so I'll say the ladder bridge goes to the north building, but on the 2nd floor.
Sure.
So it's a 7-story building.
Okay. But like, just being good members of the community, if there are any like real pressing needs from a knowledge perspective.
But yeah,
public
for free,
library?
because you made these skill checks, the best way in is through that ladder
In a
bridge,
major
as far as
city?
you can tell.
Okay, when you say that it's next to the public library, like how next to is next to?
Like, it's the next building. It's adjacent to it, to the north building.
All right.
Do we
Like
have
within-
do we have the right perspective to see if there's a rope bridge?
To the Denver Public Library?
Yeah.
Absentee would have to make another stealth check to get the view. Absentee is over here, like 2 blocks away, looking. So the buildings are both blocking him. He can see parts of the public library, but not the whole thing, and you can't.
Not the gap.
Yeah.
So are you suggesting that we put it out there like anybody need anything from a public library?
Yeah, like just being good members of the community.
Okay. So assessment rated yet. So.
Yeah, like
That definitely be deceptive. You're trying to find out about. You're trying to get information indirectly without revealing you're really interested in the library, right?
No, we're trying
No,
to determine if
we're-
there is a real interest in the library.
I see.
this
Yeah.
wouldn't be like a post on Lifelines
This is
thing
more of
because
like a
I
rep spot, so.
don't want to have to cover for
Yeah,
anything
yeah.
like that.
I see.
I just want to like somebody that we get along with that knows things within Trabajo. Is there something that we particularly need as a community?
Oh, I see.
How
That would be
can we
network.
just-
That would be
yeah.
networking.
Okay.
And yeah.
Do you have networking?
I have it at 1.
I do too.
We don't even have to do that.
Well, that takes you some time to get that information up. So
Right.
that's pretty much all you can do during the day.
Sure.
What about
Yeah,
Unix
there are
sevens?
other options.
As far as what I'm doing while we're waiting
Yeah.
for nightfall,
You can go
Yeah.
on the reference if you haven't. You could.
well, I want to do research on the idea of where would a truck likely be in the building.
Oh, okay.
Like if there's a service area, or if that parking garage was for public parking only, or if there was a like a maintenance building or something nearby.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Research would work perfectly.
Yeah.
Somebody
Research. You got a computer.
beginning to run a little low on charges.
Well, he offered me his Ubik thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, I guess I'll use that.
Oh.
it's
What
fine,
do we have to
seven.
do to recharge
yeah.
the Ubik?
You spend one of your refresh. Your refresh is equal to your adaptability. That's for everything. So you'd spend one, and then you'd erase everything. You'd go back to it fully charged.
Okay.
Unless you want to make us, unless you can scavenge, in which case you have to go out and put yourself in danger and
Right.
try and scavenge to find batteries.
No, you're right. That was a 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, I failed.
All right. You don't find any relevant information. So.
All right. Sorry, guys. Can't tell if there's trucks.
Yeah. So, we want to wait for Aaron or take a break?
Break.
Yeah, let's take control.
All right, as you guys are about to breach the museum. All right. And we're back. We didn't even get Starbucks this time. as is our usual want. So you're downtown Denver. Only Greasy has left to tell me what he's going to do during the afternoon before the big job.
Okay. For that,
you don't have to do anything. You can just chill out.
For that, bringing up the issue, because did we decide about the library issue? Were we going to try to go over there, or while I
No, we did not.
Okay.
We don't have to.
All right.
I checked into the trucks situation, but failed my roll, so we don't know anything about that either.
Okay. I can do another research roll on that one and see if I can.
Nope.
Oh, I forgot one and done. Sorry.
One and done.
Actually,
Unless you want to spin a reference.
you know what? I will. I want to make sure that we have something in here.
Okay, we call. Charge off your thing.
Let's see. Spend the charge off of that, and I will be calling.
Oop.
Oops.
Everything's fine.
The apocalypse. Oh no. Yeah. So.
Phone Apocalypse 2017.
How about Drum Punk? He knows he can get. Drum Punk is.
Drum Punk.
He does a lot of surveillance for the weather reports.
There's a human being named Drum Punk?
Yes. Drones are actually very common, used in red markets for currying and surveillance. Distributed, the not Amazon company, perfected their delivery system shortly before, the
Society
apocalypse.
crashed.
So people scavenge use those. So Drone Punk is a guy who manages drones to courier very important packages to and from enclaves and to keep track of the weather, i.e. the hordes of undead that want to eat everyone. So you contact him, spend your bounty, spend your charge on the spec.
Yep.
Or you just owe him a bounty. You can.
No, I'll send the bounty that I have. So that,
Okay.
I don't know him.
So what are you asking him?
Particularly the location of any reliable transports, like I said, like a small to mid-sized trucks maybe that had been used for deliveries to the.
Oh, you need a car?
We're looking for a truck because we're on a job that might require a little extra hauling. So we're wondering if there are any working or at least repairable ones in our area.
Well, let me look here. Yeah, click. Are you? Well, wait. It's not a truck. There's two things. I can see here on the top floor of the parking garage next to the museum. There's a box truck.
That would do.
I don't know what it looks okay. I mean, it looks a little weathered.
Does it look like anybody is or was living in there?
Weathered or weathered?
Weathered, like it's been out there. It's on the roof. It's on the top of the parking garage, so it's been exposed to the elements for a while. But it's not. There's no. I only see one casualty on the roof, and it's kind of just lying on the ground. It might be dead. I don't know. I'm not going to send my drone to check it out. So there's a box car over there. I don't know what condition it is, but I do know, because I remember last week, some yahoo took an electric car, one of those solar-powered racing things.
Oh, yeah.
And he abandoned it in there. He ran into a building and never came out. All right, so as of 2 weeks ago, that worked. It's 6 blocks to the southeast, next to this bank right here. But I can see footage of it now. The car's intact. There's a couple casualties wandering the street. But he obviously never reclaimed it.
But it's just like one of the solar racers. It's probably not going to have any ability to actually pick up or.
It's a vehicle. It's a vehicle. It can carry it's a 2-seater, so it can carry, and you could probably have 2 other people hold onto the roof, but it works.
Okay. Like I said, I'm looking for more things that can that we can haul things in. And you're right, the truck may not even have gas, or it may have rotted.
Well, I'm sure it's a parking garage. You could probably find gas and stuff.
Siphon.
Oh, siphon. So yeah, for that. So all right. Well, we'll at least bring it up as an option because it's cool. But honestly, we'll
make
keep
your
on
choice.
going.
Oh, actually, sorry, it's a 4-seater. You can get 4 people in there. So
do we want to race the sun or?
Yeah.
I think we're also trying to bait the hook there.
No.
No, it's cool, but I'm trying to think practically though. So
I think we're going to check the box.
And granted, soul and but also that could be another bounty.
You could put a lot of paintings in a small car. So
okay,
they're paintings. If you take them out of the frames, they're actually really portable.
Okay.
That's how paintings work.
I know we are. So
were you?
Yeah. I am.
Okay.
Fucking magnets.
Anyways, so he gives you 2 options.
All right, so I will present that to the group as well, and I'm guessing it's more like a larger vehicle, but it has solar panels on it versus like one of the actual solar racers that you would see.
Yeah, it's not one with all the wings, but like it's an electric vehicle with solar panels on its roof and hood. So it's been out there for 2 weeks. It might have fully recharged by now.
Yeah, which means that we won't have to worry about gas, and also it runs more silently than a.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, if we've got somebody, we have a bunch of train engineers back at Trabajo, they could probably figure out how to charge it with a bicycle.
Yeah.
That's true, and we can rent it out as we can actually do a rental out for that.
Well,
good to
that
have
would be a side
alternative.
business.
I mean, we also
we
might want to go somewhere in the winter.
That's true.
You have a lot of options available.
Yeah.
So, what do you want to do?
I think this is a good idea, but we don't.
Let's wait and see how pinched
I'll say there is a ladder
after we
bridge
get
leading
out.
to the parking garage as well.
Okay.
So you could walk from rooftop to rooftop to the second floor of the parking garage. Yeah. It's a 4-story parking garage, plus the roof, so technically fine, yeah.
Okay.
Who's got drive?
I do. That too. So.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. But it's 6 blocks to the southeast out of the way for the electric car. So that would definitely be, and plus there's casualties on the street, so you'd have to sneak up to.
It seems like we can
Or
make
run.
a try on the box truck without a lot of potential cost, so probably we do that first.
Yeah. That's
And then once we see how bad a shape we're in after those 2 things, maybe we consider the electric car then.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
All right. So do you want to go? You want to wait till night to go to the parking garage, or do you want to go now?
If somebody, it's ostensibly it should be fairly safe though, since it's on the top level. As long as we're being quiet.
It's on the roof. He would
just
not
have to
have
get
eyes
there.
on it.
How many buildings are between us and the museum and the parking garage? Because that's the trick, is getting to there without being seen.
You guys are probably in this area. He is, I'll say, absentee is right here
Okay.
at this corner. So these are the 2 museum buildings. There's the parking garage. There's the library.
So we're about 3
There
buildings
are-
away.
There's a ladder here and a ladder here, and then all these buildings immediately around it are connected.
Okay.
So if you want to get over to the parking garage, you can. You want to get, Actually, I'll say you guys are farther back here because he's taking point. You don't want to be noticed. So,
So we're probably like 4 buildings away from the museum.
yeah, out of this map. So,
Okay. So before we start moving at all, let's review objectives. Because we're not just grabbing the painting, right? We also have this duplicate painting.
yep. Well, the first thing is you have to document your process, essentially. You have to record video using someone's UV specs to show that you're at the, you can do some of it now. To like, hey, look, we're at the Denver Art Museum. Look at the sign that says Denver Art Museum. Look at the timestamp, blah, blah, blah. And then you go in, and then if you find the real painting, you have to show you getting the painting, rolling it up and everything. If you don't find the real painting, you have to put the painting in a frame and then show yourself getting the fake painting. So, and if you do, well, you actually have to do that fake painting anyway, because Burlatrix wants video of both.
Okay.
Okay. Just making sure we had all the points covered.
So it is still daytime. He's in position. We're 4 buildings away. Are we going to wait till nightfall and he's going to direct us in?
I mean, that was the plan. We have spent resources to enact that plan.
Okay. Just double
Sunk
checking.
cost fallacy all the way.
Agreed.
So if you don't want to, so you're not going to try and check out the truck before that.
Not immediately, no.
I think it's too big of a risk, so especially with how far away it is.
Right. Well, and like,
And the need for the truck, may or may not be a huge thing depending on what we decide to take with us.
Yeah, because if we're only going with the 2 paintings, we can get away with that and then maybe risk the solar car if we're feeling lucky. But if it's worse and it's too hot, we can just get out of there. Because the only thing we're really risking on this is just additional bounty from the museum itself.
Right, but we don't even know what that may be at this point.
Yeah.
So I say we do all of the art stuff in the museum first, and then decide
Exactly.
about vehicles.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. So wait until night.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So
We do that.
We
all right.
check it
You
now.
wait. It's actually kind of nice to take a breather. You know, you hear the casualties shambling in the distance. The wind.
Oh, give me a home where the casualties roam. No, wait, don't do that at all.
Hey, it is the Cowboy Singing.
Yeah. There's that one singing Old Man River.
So, yeah, do any of you think about anything or talk while you're waiting? We don't have to have a full interview.
I exercised a lot earlier,
So you're
or the
taking a
day
nap.
before, so I am taking a nap.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so you just
Loman
wait.
wasn't built for this kind of exertion.
Yeah.
Absentee, you're waiting. You see the bits of civilization left ahead of you. You know, is there anything that catches your eye about downtown Denver or any of the casualties? Yeah.
This Cowboys, or yeah, where did the Cowboys play?
Broncos.
Broncos. You think
Oh,
And
I'd like to
Whoever's from
apologize to
Denver,
football.
Or like whichever football nerd who is somehow going through. That's
Yeah.
Mile
Anyways,
High Stadium. Yeah.
Yes, why could I not think of that?
If any of my family is saying, please forget them. They know not what they do.
Right.
yeah, you see a couple of casualties in Broncos
Are they doing the wave?
jerseys. Yeah.
That's disappointing.
All right. All right. So day passes.
Could be worse.
You watch the clouds. You take a nap. You just kind of spend time. All right. Night falls. As soon as it is entirely dark, as soon as the sun disappears below the horizon, you get up and go. So this
So
is
glad I split for the scope.
so there's no clouds so far. So you see by the half moonlight. Everyone who's going to the museum, give me a stealth check. I'll give you a +1 bonus because you waited till night.
How does that interact with defaulting?
Yeah, I was about to say.
You can make athletics instead to run, and just hope that you get there across fast enough to know.
And will we get the +1 bonus for that since we're okay?
Okay.
all right,
Take a chance.
And your rations.
Woo, thank God for that +1.
Is that a critical failure?
No, it's not. It is not. Get your.
mine is.
Yours is critical failure.
Do you have a will?
Do you roll?
Yes.
Okay.
Spend it to negate that
It,
shit.
it will downgrade it to just a regular failure.
It's just, well, but then plus the bonus, it means it's not a failure. So how does that work?
No.
Well,
It's still failure.
The spending of the will just negates it from being a critical. It doesn't pull
It's
it
still
back from
failure.
the brain.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So I just failed.
All right. The two of you misjudge your timing because both of you fail. You both run in each as you basically try and run across the bridge and then clear to the side so the other people can get across quickly. But you misjudge your timing, so one of you slams into the other, and you both go tumbling. So either one of you can lose a piece of equipment as it falls off the side of the bridge, or you can both take 1d10 stun damage to the chest.
I'll take stun
I'll
damage.
take some damage. So.
Of course. Because commodities and
Yeah, that's going to be the worst stress.
It's a separate roll for each of you. So you take 8 stun. You bruised a rib.
No.
You only take 2 stun.
Fine.
So,
it was very close to an 8, Aaron. Right? She almost got the 8 too.
They are next to each other on a D10.
So you're both, and of course you make a lot of noise. But you're on the second story, and this place looks has been cleared of casualties. The three of you look in there. All the windows have been sealed. It is pitch black, and there was a tarp covering the entrance, so you kind of had to run in without seeing what was ahead of you. So, which was all stressful. So the three of you give me a stress check because you realize, if somebody put a landmine there.
That's self-control.
Yeah, self-control.
Yeah, self-control.
That's fair.
That's one stress.
Fail.
Stress.
Okay.
Yeah, and you make a lot of noise, and you've just announced your presence there. Very stressful. So
You get a stress.
you don't see you see some the tarp kind of flap in the wind. You're like, I'm sure they're fine.
No, I've already seen the triple fuckery going on. I know that's there. I was like,
All right.
You're just sitting up there going,
it's a good start. It's a good start. It's a good start. It's a good start.
We're just getting the fails out of the way early. So we're doing them all.
All right. So the three of you gather yourselves up. You're on the second floor of the museum.
You guys really got to do more cardio.
The Western
go to hell.
art.
Already there. So
All right. So what's your game plan? Are you just going to be? I mean, you're not stealthy, so I assume you're just going to. But you're not going to be running through. So.
Right. We can't be stealthy, but we can be
Well, I
careful.
have stealth.
Oh, you do.
I have 1 point of stealth.
You can scout ahead as a scout.
All right,
That's true.
I'll do that.
All right. Give me a stealth check.
Okay.
Also, what is your light source?
My light source is my soul. I don't have one.
I have to do it. That was very heartfelt.
There's only one way you can say that kind of thing.
So you have one will back.
Oh, good lady.
That's it. Singing Sunday school.
How do you... Okay, I guess soda voce.
Yeah. But I have an 8/1, so I did roll pretty well.
Okay, so you don't have a light source, so there's very little. It's almost entirely pitch black.
Tofu.
Yeah.
If somebody's actually going to do the writing, so I've got the Lash mic now to be on
Yeah.
network. I'm giving him my laptop. He can give her the specs.
Okay.
If everybody's okay
but
with
it doesn't.
that.
But I don't have any night vision on it. I only basically just have the.
You can spend one
Flashlight.
charge to activate the flashlight app.
Okay.
So that would be, yeah, it's a generic app at this point.
Right.
So.
Okay. Yeah. So
All right, so you can see a little bit ahead of you.
That's all I need.
That's all you need. You look around, you can see it looks like a museum should
Yeah.
look. There are paintings on the walls.
Yeah, can I just say that like night vision in a museum would be way too Silence of the Lambs for my comfort.
It is pretty creepy.
yeah.
There's still little placards describing the paintings. Everything looks to be nice.
Oh, that's
It looks dusty, but other than that, it is entirely intact. You can give me a foresight check.
Cold.
Okay. Nope.
Okay. Well, you know what you know. You can go up to the third floor.
Let's go.
All right, so you continue on. The third floor is the same in the sense that there's still art. It's still intact. In fact, aside from the windows being boarded, from being fortified actually very neatly, not just haphazardly, nailing boards to walls. It looks like an actual museum. The paintings are in good condition.
So, can we somewhere in here do
Yes.
a little research into like what the most valuable paintings in this collection were?
You can give me your research check. Yeah.
I don't have a computer.
You have a Ubex specs.
Oh yeah.
You can use his. All right, burn up another charge.
All right. Even.
Is that
But
critical
like
success?
7/7.
So,
Was it a...
It was a 4/7.
Okay,
but
that
I have a
turned
+3,
into- yeah.
so
So it's a failure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's always better to market. So.
yeah.
Yeah, you don't know. There's no Sotheby's. Sotheby's auction site is sadly not accessible right
They
now.
all look the same to me.
Yeah.
It's dogs playing poker.
If you have, if
always
you want to
dogs.
burn a reference, you could do that. If you haven't burned a reference yet.
You only have as many references as you have charisma. But you haven't burned any, so there's
In this
that.
case, because she's trying to determine which ones would be
Worth taking
worth
for
taking.
our own benefit.
Did you roll scavenging for that or
I don't
Research.
have scavenging.
research? Would scavenging see if there's anything potentially worth on that for quality or?
Well, she's the one with the light.
We need to save that till we exit.
You don't.
Through the gift
You
shop.
are just blindly following the light.
Okay,
ahead
so
of you.
I'm gonna call a friend of mine who is a doctor and was very wealthy back before everything, and was a bit of an art collector.
Sure.
And I've heard him talk about art a lot.
Does he have a name?
Dr. Bob.
Dr. Bob. Okay. Yeah.
Dr. Bob House.
Yeah.
House. Yes.
Bob
okay.
House. Dr.
So I'm
House.
going to call Bob House. Say, Bob, if you were, to go to Denver and select your top 3 best picks of art, what would you take?
Wait. What?
It's hypothetical. I'm just curious.
Are you in the Denver Art Museum?
Remember, it was supposed to be destroyed. So you're
Yeah, no, it's
leaking that the
hypothetical.
recession.
I found a book, and I'm just curious about what pages I need to really preserve and potentially make copies of.
Because it sounds like you're in the Denver Art Museum.
That's impossible. It was destroyed. You know that.
Well, no, it wasn't. It was held. It's being held by the archivist. I thought.
Oh. Well, that's news to me because I'm just looking at a book right now.
Yeah, I was thinking that might be a thing.
Yeah, no. You know about the archivist, right? Or you didn't pay much attention to the cults. No, they're trying to preserve all of human knowledge because they think we as a species are doomed. So they want to preserve our knowledge for whatever species evolves next, or if aliens show up or whatever. So they're dedicated to preserving all of our knowledge, and they're very passionate about it.
So he might like this book. I should try selling it to him.
Well, no. What you should do is leave everything there and tell them, and they'll give you a reward for letting them bring more. If they're not already there, if they're letting you, is there anyone there? Because if there's either they're there, in which case they're going to be very surprised to find armed intruders there, or if no one's there, then that means it's been abandoned and they probably want to retake it. And you probably need to if you help them, they might give you a reward, but if you don't help them, they'll probably try and kill you, or put a bounty on your head if they find out you visited their site and stole something from them.
This is more information than I bargained for, Bob.
Well, I'm just saying the archivists aren't nothing to mess with, but I would try and get. I mean, those cults. I try and get on their good side, but
Yeah. Do you have his direct number?
the archivists.
This is an archivist singular. It's archivists.
The archivists. Okay.
Yeah, they're
their direct number.
Yeah.
Their headquarters. Where are they located?
They've got a website, like every cult. You can just contact them. They have a Colorado chapter. There's some of them in Euphoria, so you can just talk to them there. They're kind of fellow travelers.
These are not things we should do.
So back to my original question about this book. If you had to pick 3, what would you pick?
I would be very careful about this because again, I don't want to
Nothing but pictures leave nothing but footprints, and maybe not that.
Let's just what the hippies say.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for your help, I think.
Yes, that is valuable information.
Okay.
So,
One person can give me a foresight check with this.
I'll give it 2.
oh, right. No, I have one.
Okay, I'll take it.
Sure.
No. So, just regular failure.
Okay. You know what you know?
So, I feel like the smart money now is actually on, doing all the filming that she wanted, but then explaining that we swapped the reproduction for the original with video proof of us doing it that we send just to her, but we need to leave something behind to cover our own asses
To make sure the archivists don't come after us.
Well, could we check that with her before we do it?
Well, the fact that you were, I'll say for free, you don't think anyone's here, because otherwise, why would they not have guards or traps at the entrance?
If I ran a cult called the Archivist, I would have drones with cameras watching locations.
Okay, well, that's a
There's
theory.
no drones that we've seen.
That we haven't seen.
We haven't seen.
You're right. Okay.
The
Granted,
worst of them sound like lawnmowers and fly about 300 feet up. The best of them, they're miles up.
Well, so what if we call...
All you hear is the sound of the hellfire.
It's both literally called the Hellfire and metaphorically, it's basically Hellfire.
What if we call Burlaptrix and just tell her... Because it could be traced back to her as well.
Well, she's in the Recession. She's in New York City.
She's
far out
not
of the reach.
touchable by a cult.
Yeah,
The cults are
She's
all
rich. She is private military. She has the real military.
Yeah, just so you know, Melissa, the Recession is the Mississippi, or the divider line is the Mississippi River.
Okay.
East of the Mississippi, civilization, no zombies. West of the Mississippi, zombies, no civilization. You're in the zombie part. She's in the non-zombie part. She's safe from crazy cultists and zombies. But that's why she hires people like you to go do
I
jobs.
mean, apart from the Senate.
Yeah. Hey-o.
So you're thinking we don't ask her and just do it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It is so much easier to ask for forgiveness than permission from 1,000 miles away.
Okay.
And the fact that she would have to hire another taker crew to come kill us, which would probably be more effort.
and she's getting the original versus just a
She's still making
reproduction
her
to
money.
play with. So
Okay.
Just not as much.
Yeah.
She'll understand.
She's
Yeah,
an aloof 1%er in a safe zone.
Yeah,
She's
it's
not
much-
going to understand our
and,
problems.
as much
Yeah,
as
empathy is not a strong suit.
as much as honestly, I would rather give a little more loot out of this. We're still getting a fairly good payday, and also the opposite side. We have no idea what the archivist may have tagged in one way or the other.
I mean, there's that whole problem. Like, if I was them and I couldn't move everything, then, I mean, think about how ubiquitous even now RFID, like, tile squares are. That's going to be a problem.
Well, so we'll check it for that.
Yes, but that's why we, probably can't take anything else.
Yeah, so
Okay.
That
Well, we don't
and,
need the box truck then.
Okay. These are choices that you make.
So we'll just head directly to the 7th floor. We don't need
Yeah.
to scout for extra.
Yeah, so as you go up another floor.
Now, the one place after we secure, the objective that we might go to and we could probably take things from without them caring would be the gift shop.
Exit through the gift shop.
possibly. But again, remember the archivists. These are the people who will mow you down for basically burning accounting reports for warmth.
Right?
So,
No. I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about where can you get the food that will outlive all of us?
Oh, okay. The all right. So
Right.
our
We'll take
astronaut
between
ice cream and
Yeah.
For free, I'll say scavengers. Museum gift shops are actually a gold mine because there's high tech kind of gadgety tchotchkes that are useless, but are filled with lasers and little sensors and stuff like that, and magnets, all kinds of stuff that can be repurposed for practical tools
if you know how they work.
if you know how they work.
Well, and if we're going out the ground floor and we're going to attempt to get the car as extra bounty, then that makes sense. So,
I mean, these are all things we can reevaluate as we go.
okay.
Anyways, so
To the 7th floor.
Well, you continue on.
Yes.
And on the 4th floor, you see there's something new. There is along one of the load bearing columns. You see numerous pieces of paper that have been taped up on it, and there are some burnt out candles on the floor at the base of it. As you look at the pieces of paper, you see faces, like photos of people, and short messages.
It's a wailing wall.
It is a wailing wall. It is but you kind of look at it, and you see these are there's a message in memoriam museum staff, and you see messages. You've seen these kind of things before but it's sort of different. These are people who are remembering museum staffers that have do you stop and read it? Do you look at it?
Sure.
Okay. Give me a self-control check.
Am I the only one reading it because I have the light?
probably come behind
Anyone
you.
who reads it can.
Yeah, I'll look too.
I passed 7 over 4.
Actually, you can read it
Yeah.
too. You expect, right?
Yeah, we're all tapped.
Yeah,
You can
we're all
read it
tacked in.
too.
Great.
So, yep.
If
maybe
you
not.
want. Yeah.
I passed.
Sympathy for Survivors Guild.
Yep.
I'm fine.
All right. Everyone made it. Okay. So you read it.
It's just
The
pointed.
messages. You begin to piece together a story. These are people who stayed behind to those who refused evacuation to protect the museum. These are people who chose to stay behind and protect the artwork here. Our thanks, and there's dates, and there are dates up until early this year, like January, and like it's April now. These are people who have stayed 5 years to protect the museum and what's in it. And they have just, it was just a war of attrition, many clusters, but they just, people starving, people dying, like illness unknown, and there's poems there. There are short messages, there are sketches, there's drawings of flowers, of forests, of things like that, and personal memories. Like I remember the time we had dinner, and we talked about Rembrandt until morning. There are the people who took care of this wall were very dedicated, it's very touching. So you can choose to take a detachment or not. If you take a detachment, you may figure something else out.
Done.
Okay.
I have 3 dependents, so
Yeah.
might as well.
You realize these people, whoever was protecting it, these aren't archivists per se. These are people who use the archivist, but obviously cared about art for its human value, for its connection to civilization and culture. True believers in that. And we're here up until very recently. But there are other people. There's references as you read in between the lines. There were other people helping him that you don't see their names anywhere on the wall. That they are probably they're either going to be in this building, or if they're not here, if they're the last ones to take care of the wall, then they must be alive, or they must be outside the walls. So, anyways.
So in the meanwhile, I realize this one may not work in the way, normally thus far a Wailing Wall has pretty much just been a payday if you could get it documented, but I think this one deserves documentation regardless.
You can document it. Just keep it.
Well, yeah, okay.
Okay. But yeah, you do have a bunch of names, but obviously if you give those names up, you'll reveal that you've been there. So,
right.
Yeah. So you can continue on. You see more art. You see art, pre-Columbian art. They actually moved art from the other building into here as you get further up. So there's pre-Columbian art. There's art from Asia, ancient Chinese scrolls. There's stuff that, will probably never be seen again, at least in this hemisphere, because of global trade and everything not existing anymore. Until you get to the 6th floor and you begin to see that they've turned this into a living space. There's a garden. There's, they made a sunroof to have an indoor garden. And there is, you see behind some tarps, you see a sort of lab/living room. There are 2 beds that have been pushed near each other. So you can investigate that, or you can go up onto the 7th floor. And there's some equipment there. You see, obviously, a laptop set up on the table.
Yeah.
All right.
I have 2 on scavenging.
And mine can go up to 3 if I use my if I take the specs back, and
Yeah.
so all right, can we do it?
We should also, not be incredibly heartless and investigate that
Yeah.
in its own sake. But first things first,
Yeah.
Okay.
gots to live.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're assuming that there's no one here.
All right. So shoot, that's a failure.
Okay.
Shit happens.
Yeah.
So the equipment there has been dysfunctional for months, so you don't know if it's worth salvaging or not. But you do see the 2 beds together. You see 2 people who have been dead for several months. They both look elderly. Their beds are together, and a man and a woman. And there is a Ubix spec on there, and there's a message taped to it. Play me.
Just picking up.
Okay. It's like the Ubix specs are pointing to the woman. She's holding them up. She looks very weak. You recognize she must be she must have died from cancer or something. She's very ill. Gaunt. And she speaks. It's very soft, but she says, We are the curators. We have protected this long enough, as long as we can, but it must go on to the next generation. I have, if you look on here, there is an email left to send. It will send a message to others, like-minded people. If you would stay here and, for the sake of civilization, protect this site until they come to take over guarding it. I would appreciate it. I have nothing to offer you other than the knowledge that you would be protecting our heritage, the civilization. And then she's, if you don't mind, I think I'll, and then it just kind of falls. Mm-hmm. So, you realize you have a choice. You know the archivists would pay to protect this place if you gave.
I mean, is that the email?
The email, you look at the names, they're not associated with the... Well, you don't know. They're just, Jane 128.
Sure.
So you'd have to research to find out who these
But they're
people
not at archivist.cult.
No, they're not obvious. If they're archivists, they're using things. So you can...
The personal email's not.
But
they're not crazy evil cultists.com.
Yeah.
So with the chance that they could probably pay us equal if they're really for this one or a little bit more, but then we're putting ourselves at odds with Prolapters.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. You could swap out that painting, and no one would know except for you.
And sneak it out before they get here.
Yeah.
Or you could just tell them that there's hundreds of paintings here. They're not going to have, they would never know that it's missing in the first place. So you could take both. You could take the real one. You go up on the 7th floor and you find the singing cowboy.
Okay, and we just take it down and
We do the videos.
Yeah.
So that's a complication. Moral dilemma.
Well, okay, so I think here's the real question. Does it need any more than one of us to stay and guard? Because, I am for conceptually splitting up and taking care of both parts of this.
But how long would it take them to get here, though, which is the question.
Right.
You have no idea. You don't know where they are. You don't know who they are.
But
They're
fewer
just
people
email
staying
addresses.
means fewer survival needs as well.
The message, there is
true.
a pre-recorded message on there, but it's written in kind of you can tell they have, whoever these people are, they've worked out some sort of slang or
Code.
Yeah, code with the curators, because it's like...
Research?
that would be a research check.
Okay. Research, cryptography. Nope.
Okay.
Crit fail.
Okay. Okay.
Just very nope.
You actually ping one of them. There's no message on it. You just ping them, and you get a message reply back pretty quickly. Who is this?
We might as well just send the email out.
Well, we can surely...
You sent it from that Ubic specs, the ones you found on the woman,
Yeah.
the curator. So,
Yeah.
can you? And there's
Shall we-
another message. Can you confirm? Question mark.
Shall we just go with the straight up plan and at least one of us stay? So
Well, at this point, I'm willing to stay if somebody else wants to stay too, and then we can see about maybe getting the solar car out.
I don't need to sneak out.
Yeah, you're already out.
right.
I've already got the high ground.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you can give me an awareness check.
So you and I can sneak out to the car and leave quickly, or
Well, we'll.
Is that a failure or a crit failure?
do you have will?
Do you have a willpower?
I do have a willpower.
Go ahead.
Do you want to
To
spend
just
it?
make it
Yeah,
normal?
I'll
Okay.
spend it.
Well, you don't lose any of your equipment. None of it breaks. It does start to rain though, but you don't. You manage to cover your equipment, so your scope doesn't break.
So
As you're kind of leaning out, looking around, like, oh wait, I don't want to get that wet.
So just to be absolutely a bastard about this, which, let's face it, red markets, I do have deception. What I'm inclined to tell them is, the best truth or the best lies always have a bit of truth in them, that we came to do what we were going to do, but once we saw this message, we couldn't.
Okay.
And, some of us are leaving, some of us are staying until they can come, assume this mantle.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Except
deception.
you don't tell them
Sure.
which painting.
No, hell no.
Yeah.
Just to clarify.
Well, he's lying. He's saying we're not. He's saying he's lying by saying they're not taking anything. So
Yeah.
I know, but we're
Yeah.
not going to indicate which painting we were there to take.
Yeah, yeah.
No reason to
That's what I'm
discuss
saying.
that.
Yes. Okay.
or even that you're there.
Do you have a
to
will
take
left
paintings.
to?
I mean,
Yeah.
Minimal.
Do you have any will
amount
left?
of-
No.
There would be necessary. Like, if there might be art collectors who would want you to burn all these, so then they could then forge them all easily.
Right.
Yeah. But
We were here for reasons.
Or cultists who just want you to burn all the old world. So yeah.
All right, that succeeds.
right.
It's 9 over 6.
All right. We will be there in 6 hours.
Oh, for 6 hours.
we'll be here then.
I mean, unless this is a trap and we're all going to die,
yeah.
I think we can wait
We
6
can
hours.
probably hold out.
Yeah. Now we need to get the painted, like we need to get the one that's in the tube out of this building.
Yeah. Get it.
Yeah.
Get it over to me.
Yeah, there's no skill checks to pull it out of its frame. You have
Yeah.
time. There's no stress.
We did that first.
Actually, what
You replace it with the other one. We take all of it.
So you are replacing you're not taking both.
Okay, what
No,
kind of check
we're
would we
not
go for
taking
disguising
it.
it to make sure that if it's...
We also
It's
check
a
it for
high
trackers.
quality forgery.
Well, I mean, but in
Yeah.
a tube, though.
Yeah.
Once we put it in the tube, though,
Oh.
and then
you know what?
disguising as part of our packs or something, saying...
Take it. You have a 6 hour.
Oh, never mind, sorry.
Yeah.
Take it
We'll
to
hide
hidden.
it with the sniper.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
So, no.
Yeah, I mean, you know that. Yeah.
But we
yeah.
also check it for tracking devices before we do that.
Yeah, RFID tiles and stuff.
All right.
Mechanics to see if there's
Not really mechanics.
Just awareness.
Awareness would work. Yeah.
awareness. Okay.
Does
Who's gonna
anybody
make
have better than one?
2.
Oh, go for it.
Yes, that's going to be 11 over 3.
Yeah, there was a museum standard one. You realize probably all the paintings have one.
That we swap onto it.
Yeah. You put it on there. So let's see here. You all right? So you have the painting, or who has the?
We've switched over to him. So
Okay, so you get the
Carried
real
it out to
painting.
me. Yep.
You can exfiltrate now, I guess, if you want, or you can.
No, I'll stay in cover.
Okay.
Like, if they know I'm here,
Yeah.
they're having a bad day at that point.
Things have not gone according to spec.
Okay. So you're all waiting. Okay, so are you going to be waiting inside the museum, I guess?
Why are we waiting to meet them?
Because that was the
Honoring
dying
the
lady's
agreement.
last request.
I get that, but like, why do we need to interact with them face to face?
We don't. At 5 hours and 30 minutes, we leave.
Okay. All
Okay.
right.
So you're getting near that deadline. It's getting to be, at that point, it's getting to be pre-dawn. Everyone's been another ration.
Great
and
time.
everyone give me a self-control check to see if how alert you are.
Well,
Yeah, that's good.
I mean, we could probably each manage an hour nap in shifts.
critical success.
Okay.
I'm here.
I don't know what the fuck this was I ate.
I'm really awake. No, I'm not.
Ice cream is awesome.
Self-control.
Okay, I'm not off. I
I
failed.
can smell
I failed.
sound.
You can stay up, but it'll
Your
cost you another
colors.
stress.
I got a knockout for a while, guys.
Okay.
All right.
We'll be here.
Yeah.
You'll
awake.
basically, until those loud noises or someone else wakes you up, you won't have initiative, so you can't make checks.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, we were planning on leaving early, so
Yeah.
yeah.
So 10 minutes before you're supposed to leave, the awake people can give me awareness check.
Okay.
You get
You two.
you're outside, so it's easier.
That's a failure, regular failure.
Yes, 7 over 6.
Okay,
So,
where are you positioned?
I was just waiting in the room with the 2 curators. So
Well, you probably want to be near the exit, or do you want to be?
Yes.
We're near
the
an exit.
exits. Okay, yeah, I was
that's
just waiting.
second floor. Okay.
Yeah.
So you make it.
Did we have a gift shop?
We went to sleep instead because it's hard to stay up this long. I guess he could.
The what?
Gift shop.
You wanted to check out the gift shop before that?
Which is
Yes,
where
I
the
do. So
exit would
salvage
be.
and see if I can.
Well, I thought you were going to be living on the second. The gift shop's on the ground floor.
Then,
Yeah.
well, okay, so you've got like
you actually
4
see
hours
all
to
the-
do
4 hours,
things.
yeah.
The museum. Also, there's a barrier on all the entrances to the first floor. You realize they must have
All right.
cordoned
Yeah,
off
that
the
never.
first
No,
floor.
we're not
All right,
gonna.
For good
not worth
reason.
it.
Yeah, we're gonna ignore that.
All right, so you don't know what the gift shop's like. You ignore it for now.
Yes.
But yeah, 10 minutes before you're supposed to get up and go, you hear it first, and so you have the first reaction. You see a man on a motorcycle with a rifle, slung on. It's on his motorcycle, on the saddlebag area. Sort of drive up, and he gets up. He looks around very alert, and he starts climbing the fire escape up to get to the roof so he can get up to this. It looks like he's heading towards where you are. But you have the first reaction, so what do you want to do?
Calling back up to absentee, it's like, do you see him?
All right, so you spend the next round like, oh shit, there he is.
Right,
You
yeah.
kind of nodded. I get kind of zoned out a little bit.
All right, I'm gonna walk. I'm gonna walk up to
So
intercept.
next action. What
So
are we
I'm-
doing?
Are you going to wake us up?
Yes, I am all the way. I'm assuming we're all tactic. Like, we have company.
They don't respond. So
You
you
guys.
Where is
you
he?
have to leave. You can't go and wake them up and keep an eye on him at the same
Okay, no, then I'm gonna get you guys too. Just keep an eye on him if he does anything.
Give me another awareness check.
Anything really suspicious.
Dang, that fails too. Great, I burned all my good rolls at the beginning. Just regular fail.
Okay. You lose sight of him as you're looking for him. You lose sight of him because you had to go back inside the building. You two are now up.
So you said he was heading up the fire escape to the roof.
Yeah, there are multiple fire escapes, so there's one.
Okay.
Yeah. He is. Yeah.
And we're on the second floor.
You're on the second floor. So he was heading up to the fire escape onto a second-story building near the museum.
Okay. So
he's-
I thought you meant on the museum.
No. There's no fire escape in the museum.
Okay.
So
That's not up to code.
well, I mean, they have fire exits. Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
He had
So
a
all
rifle
four of you
with
have lost sight of the guy.
Yeah.
Granted, this is
we needed to be gone.
Well, granted though, this could just be again anybody who's a take right now having a weapon with them. So.
All right, so the three of you are basically outside the entrance. Well, you're inside the building near the entrance, but you're not directly in front of the entrance. So you'd have to peek around through the tarp to see outside. Move the tarp aside.
Let's just get in position. Because, I mean, so it's light outside now. So when he comes if he comes through the tarp, he's going to be moving from light to dark.
Why would he be coming into the tarp? What if he's sitting on a roof waiting to pick us off when we leave?
Also that.
As I say, you lost sight
There's
of him.
no
You cannot
reason
see
to
him from your
not
current
get into
position. If you
position
make a stealth
assuming
check,
he's
you
going
can
to be coming
move to a new
in.
position to get a better
Okay.
view.
That's
I'm
what
just saying that,
I'm
like,
gonna
we could wait too long and now the other people are there and we've got double the problem.
Did you
I'm not
crit fail?
saying
Crit fail.
Oh no!
From me.
Roll a dice.
Freedom, and unfortunately, as you get up, you silhouette yourself perfectly against the grate on light.
Because why wouldn't I?
So
What marine training this isn't dictated by dice.
because it's a crit failure.
No, I know. I deserve it.
2 damage to. Let's see here.
Location 2 is the right leg.
Yeah,
Yes.
right leg. I'm gonna move that to the chest, or you can take it in the arm or the chest because he's.
Center mass.
Yeah, well, it's he hit you, and your legs are covered by the building. So
he
so
is
2 killing to either the chest or the right arm, or to 5.
So, all right.
He just took a shot.
Yeah, is it horrible to say? Because, I mean, so it's a rifle,
You
so
can-
it's
one
loud.
person- yeah.
And our sniper didn't say he was taking a shot.
Right.
He
So
didn't
we
take
should
a
all
shot.
run like hell.
You know you can all recognize that it's not his rifle. You know the sound of his rifle.
Yeah. So
Okay.
we should get out of this building and into the next one.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause we're-
But is there a way to do that without giving line of sight to that building?
He's
where he
reloaded.
was?
He's up top.
Action.
Yeah.
You don't.
Shooting
It's
this
actually
way.
you
You're down
recognize
here?
it's an assault rifle that he shot.
Going that way. There's no line of sight.
Not a sniper.
Okay,
rifle.
all right, that's
he's
what I'm
looking the other
clarifying.
direction.
Like we're okay.
Yeah.
So we run.
Well, it's combat now, so I will. Because you crit fail, he will have first action, so he's going to take another shot. But you get to dodge this time. So
Cool.
So
how does that work?
Athletics.
Athletics? Oh,
You
okay,
get
cool.
2 actions per round: a twitch and a tactic.
Okay.
Twitch is your defensive action. Normally, you can forego that to make 2 offensive actions, or you could dodge and then
But with
shoot
what
back.
I've got, he's going to hurt if I shoot back.
Oh, yeah,
So,
no.
Alright, so that succeeds.
Okay. You can give me a free foresight check.
All right. Nope.
Okay.
8 under 9.
Well, you know what you know.
Yeah.
So you make.
Yeah, I made.
Okay. So yeah, you dodge out of the way. You see him now. You can return fire.
Oh, yeah.
Also, you don't have to worry about zombies because this place is cleared of zombies.
Right.
That was the whole point of having ladders and or bridges across buildings.
And it'll just echo across the buildings too.
Yeah,
so.
you don't want to go down to street level now. All the casualties are getting up and
Yeah. This is about to get real loud.
Alternatively, this might be a good time to investigate that box truck.
Yeah. So
This should be pretty good as long as I don't crit fail, and I did not, so it's like 14 or something.
Oh yeah, you hit him. Roll damage. Just this guy is actually moved, so you can just roll 1d10
Oh, okay.
and then double it. And
That'll be a 16.
16 damage. You take him. You take his head off.
There's a different website you can post that video.
At this point, though, you hear more vehicle sounds, like car and maybe a motor, at least one motorcycle. They're going around. So that was your action. What's your action?
We're going to the box truck.
yeah, it's the closest one. And
So
going
you
to the
leave the
parking
museum.
garage.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I assume you're running.
Yes.
yes,
Athletics checks.
10 13 over 7.
Okay.
So went to the market.
Okay.
8 over 3.
But not a crit failure.
No.
All right, you're exposed, but you're lagging behind. You two get to the parking garage. It'll take one more athletics check to get up to the roof.
Okay.
So yeah, that's your action. He's lagging behind on the bridge. So new round, you can give me an awareness check. See if you can figure out where the next.
Come on, buddy. Got it.
Okay.
It's a 9 over 5.
Yeah, you see 2 more targets that are up on They get up on the roof this round, so you can take a shot at them or you can move. You're not sure. They're probably aware of your general vicinity, but you could hide from them easily if you just get prone.
Do we want to try and renew negotiations now that we're not dealing with Trigger Happy, or do you want me to just waste these motherfuckers?
These guys look similarly armed, and they
I'm not sure
They
this
were
is.
aggressive first. I'd say.
Yeah, I don't think this is
Send
our.
more found.
Yeah.
All right,
you can send a message to the email again. So
WTF.
what is that? Are you being attacked?
Yes.
Oh, well, you use instant messaging, not email. That might. I guess that was compromised. There have been some people watching the museum and waiting to see if it was.
There will probably be fewer watching.
Well, yeah.
Also be armed
this is
when you
why.
get here.
Yeah. So yeah, these are just raiders who are staking out the.
Anyway,
feel free to
man,
do
what
it.
about-
That's another hit.
Okay, roll damage. D10.
D10 again. That's a 6.
so doubled is.
Yeah.
No, that's the double.
Oh, that's
what it
okay.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Each one of them has 10 essentially. So
Okay, so-
you wing them. So they
With that round takes an arm off.
they both get up. They both get up on the roof. So next round they'll be able to shoot at you.
Sure.
And it's one action to dodge one attack. So if you want to dodge both of them, that'll be both of your actions.
Right.
This
This is a new round. Can I take 2 shots?
Well, no.
Okay.
The rest of the players get to act.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we gotta go.
Yeah, if you take the second attack, you do it at the end of the round, basically.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, if you want to go full offense. So
Athletics check to move. I'm now free to move about the parking garage.
We're headed up to the top floor.
Okay,
there's a
Make-
couple. Huh?
Make it.
All right.
try again.
Also make.
Okay.
Poor Aaron.
It still went to the market, so.
All right, you're a big target. Let's see here. Both of you make it.
Yeah.
You do notice there are a couple casualties getting up. They're in torpor, between cars. They're crawling up, so you don't have to worry about them
my
yet.
handgun just to have it out.
Yeah.
Not doing anything yet.
Could go ahead and forego dodging anything to plug one.
Well,
to try.
to get to the roof, that's both your actions.
Oh, okay.
You're covering actually quite a bit of distance.
It was worth asking.
No, that's right. So yeah, you can take your second shot.
Or you can maintain your dodge.
I missed. So
Okay. Mark off your ammo. So new round. They're gonna go. Actually, one's gonna be shooting you. One's gonna be shooting you because you're a big, nice, juicy target.
Okay.
So you can make your dodge check.
Nope, you can't.
Oh yeah,
that was last round where I did 2. New round, he said. So
it is a new round, but it hasn't gotten to your initiative yet. So your actions don't reset. So you'll just be hit.
And will I have a twitch against my attacker?
You do get your twitch after this one.
Okay.
Throw yourself between cars.
So this is 1 damage to hit location 4. So you are standing up at this point. So it's 1 killing to the leg.
okay.
Ow! You got nicked. So
Nobody makes me bleed, man.
so you can return fire,
Okay.
and yeah, you can just make 1 attack and then save the other for a dodge.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay. Roll damage.
That's 14.
Yeah, that takes him down. 1 attacker left. Did you make your dodge?
I was waiting for his one.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
8. It's like that's 9 over 2.
Okay. What do you want to do?
How close is he to me?
What are you using?
Shotgun.
What? You're out of shotgun range.
Okay, so at this point, I'm just trying to dodge between where they
Athletics.
are. Yeah. Try one more time. And, alright, I'm going to go ahead and roach and take a +2.
Okay.
Taking extra detachment.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot to ask about this. The +1 against casualties practice. That literally means zombies, doesn't it?
Yeah. Casualties are zombies.
Alright, so that's 9 over 2 , so I make it under
You
there.
get to cover, and you make quite a bit of progress in the progress.
Last time I help anybody.
Detachment.
Detachment.
So you two are at the box truck.
Yep.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
Are the keys in it?
Actually, they are.
We attempt to start.
Wait.
No.
We pop the hood first and see if anything extra has been wired to the starter.
Okay. Do you have mechanics? There's no big red explosive thing or super obvious.
I have a computer that has. Actually, yeah, I've got Recession Punk.
Okay.
So,
Or I have mechanics when I get there if you want to wait for me.
or we're still tack netted.
Yep.
Or so
Well,
I can talk him through.
you can't run and look at things on.
Okay, so
yeah.
can I get over there? And...
Next round. So you don't see now any. So you three are all going to be trying to figure out if the truck works or not.
All right. So
Yeah.
I am going to go ahead and turn it on to accessory, but not roll the starter.
Okay.
To
Just to see
see
if it
if the
comes
gas
on.
tank. Yeah. Is the electrical system good? Is there any gas in it?
The battery is dead.
All right.
You can
Are there
charge
any
it.
other vehicles up here?
There are vehicles up here, and you can also use your laptop battery to charge it because this is whatever.
How many charges?
5.
I don't have 5.
You can use a refresh.
I don't have refresh.
Oh, well, that's a problem.
I mean, I guess somebody else. Can
I
be
can't. I
generous.
still have 2 refresh on my side.
Yeah,
so
you
I
can
can
use all. Actually, if you use both of them, you can use all of your UBEC spec batteries.
Can I give him a refresh?
Do
since
you have
I've
a
been
lot?
using
No,
his
your refresh
computer?
applies to your equipment. So unless you have something that has batteries, then no. Anyways, you actually give me an awareness check because you're not focused so much on the car.
Yeah.
I just wrote 1. Okay.
Casualties coming.
Okay. You're looking around. You're kind of distracted by the car.
That handgun close.
Yeah.
Daddy, have it out.
So new round. The 2 gunmen, or 1 gunman. Sorry.
The other one looks kind of
Yeah, he's quite dead.
Jackson Pollocky.
Oh. Yep.
He's in it to win it. He's going to take another shot at you. So you can make a dodge check.
Fuck him.
You make your dodge.
Oh yeah, that's a 9 over 2.
Mark off your. Be sure to mark off your things.
The
Ration.
rations.
Yeah, rations.
Okay.
Dodging definitely burns calories.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So you can make your attack roll.
Yeah, that passes.
Okay. Roll damage.
20. Loading.
Missed.
All right. Okay, so let's see here. You three all get to the truck. So you can give me a mechanics check to assess the truck.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead, spend 2 more on my.
And McSuffins, and you're watching, looking around. You're kind of backing up so they can get to work on the truck. You can give me an athletics check
Okay.
because something grabs your ankle.
What?
Yeah, and you made.
Oh,
Is that a critical failure?
it is.
Okay. You take 2 killing damage to the let's say your left leg, 1, 2, or right leg, sorry.
So,
And give me a self-control check because oh god, a casualty just grabbed your ankle.
This is.
Oh man, I'm severely distressed by that.
That's 2 trauma. You're knocked to the ground. You still have your pistol in hand though.
Actually, you're not so much, but then you are again because you're going to have to tell us something so we won't shoot you.
Or you could just say you're not infected. You could always like, I'm a medical expert. I can test myself. You know,
Right.
you can lie.
Yeah.
But that's another problem.
Do you have deception?
Anyways, did you
Yes.
make your craft?
with it, yes, that's going to be 11 over 10.
Okay. All right. With that,
I have 1 and I spent 2 on my toolkit, so.
Unix batteries aren't as good as laptop batteries, but if you spend both refresh, you can jump start the truck.
I have 3 charges.
You cannot.
Bumped on your back.
Can we do a combo here? Like, I have 3 charges left. Can I do that and 1 refresh worth of Ubik?
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
And so that'll be your action. You two are focused on that.
Getting
so
the-
you can't.
You don't notice
You can't
that
tell how
I'm
much
on
gas
the
is in the car until it turns.
Okay, what about the device that was attached to it, though?
Until
What device? There was no device attached to it.
Oh, no, there was.
I was just being paranoid,
Okay, I thought I heard there was one attached to it.
aka
Okay,
a lie.
We checked. Yeah.
I don't know why you're so paranoid about things.
Really?
Have you met you?
All right, so you don't see any immediate attackers.
Okay.
Do you want to get to the garage?
Get to the
with your
chopper.
allies? Or do you want?
Yeah, let's
stand
book
over?
it.
All
Yeah,
right,
we need to book
give
it.
me athletics.
Okay. I need to.
Have you spent any refresh yet?
No, I haven't. I don't. Where
All right.
is the
Adaptability.
It's equal to your adaptability, so you
I
can
gotta-
just spend 1
I gotta
and
put
you
that down
can
one. Okay.
burn all those off.
All right.
You ate your Wheaties last night, so how many do you want to spend for your running?
You know what? I'll spend 2
Okay.
because I got the painting and I've been shot and I'm really just had about as much as I can get at this point for one day. Wow, what a waste of points. That'll be a 17 over 3.
You
All good.
run real well. Run real good.
Real good.
So, meanwhile, you two have finally noticed that, McStuffins has been pulled down by a crawler, essentially.
I skitter back.
Someone was napping under the truck.
Yeah. Well, this was actually, it was underneath the adjacent vehicle, which is why you didn't notice it immediately. So, both of you give me self-control checks. 'Cause,
No.
oh, God, your teammate's been clawed. Did it break skin?
It's all good.
All right, made it.
All right. Yeah. All right. Whatever. Here's fine.
That's
Like-
because no broken skin.
All right.
I'm fine.
Yeah. Well, no, you do feel blood, but maybe they won't notice that. So McStuffins, what are you going to do? If
I'm
you don't
going
make an
to-
athletics check, it will claw you again.
I have a gun.
You do have a gun.
I'm going
you
to shoot it in the face.
All right. Make your shot.
Okay.
Actually, no. Make your athletics first because it is definitely going to claw you.
Okay. Athletics first. I do not make it.
All right. So it is still clawing real good. Ow. It grabs up and just sinks its, there's just bones sticking out. Its fingers have kind of rotted off, but it managed to stick those bone shards into your calf. That's 8 killing to the leg, so your leg's not good no more.
So
I don't
immune.
have that leg.
Well, I know she's immune, but like that's
It's
amputation
not necessarily your
level.
leg is
Right.
lost; it's just disabled until you can.
Don't worry, I'll deal with my leg later.
So you can make your shooting check.
Okay.
Okay.
It's
We'll make a
okay. We
shooting
have a
check.
truck, hopefully.
We do have a truck. I crit fail.
Your gun jams.
I'm having a good day. Real good day.
Yeah, self-control checks for everybody again.
See, that's why Argentina bad.
Made it.
Made it.
Yeah, tore something different.
Not everyone.
Easily made it.
All right, so you're like, all right, this is just another
You guys
day.
are fine with me.
Can I just douche the thing in the head with the 50 and we can get
Well,
out of
these
here?
two are closer. So,
Oh, okay.
what are you going to do?
I don't want to fire the. I don't want to fire
Yeah,
the shotgun
no, just-
straight here.
Or keep paying attention to
Do you
the
want to
truck.
take care of
Yeah.
that? Okay.
Lucille over here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, what are you going to do?
You could
I
both
have
strike it with the shotgun.
I have a baseball bat
Oh,
wrapped
that'll
with
do.
barbed wire.
Okay, make that melee check. Are you spending how many rations are you spending?
How many do I have? Fuck it. If we get a truck going, we can just fucking skip the last leg. I will
Exactly.
spend 3,
Okay.
which gives me 12 over 5.
All right. Yeah, you bash its head in real good. Her leg is
Real good.
it's real good. I'm very great at describing things on the internet.
It's okay. You did fine with the bone shard fingers in the calf. Yeah,
Well, I had to
you
explain
earned
how-
a little credit.
I had to explain how that was just doing that.
Am I back to the truck yet? Or
Yeah, you're at the truck now.
Okay.
McStuffins has been mauled real bad.
I take aim with the 50 at him.
at her.
Yes, let's clarify. Who are you aiming at?
So
Well, I think I'm technically the only girl character in the game, so
So yeah, you're in a bit of a quandary right now, McStuffins. They don't know if
The
you're going to
finger in
turn or
my
not.
leg.
Yeah,
and a 50 in your face.
yeah. So they're wondering if you're going to turn Vector or not. So
Yeah.
are you going to tell them the truth? In which case, you have to make a real important self-control check because or you could lie and make them make self-control checks
And remember,
if they believe you.
remember, if we fail,
Yeah.
That might be bad.
there's a very distinct possibility of you taking one to the face.
Yeah, all of you know, by the way, there's no universal formula for how long it takes someone to go from getting infected with the blight to turning into a vector. It could be minutes, it
Minutes
could
to
be
days,
hours,
right?
yeah, days, yeah. So, but when if a person does turn into a vector, they're really scary. So you don't want that to happen. So
Because they're fast, but they're still semi-self-aware, so they'll be apologizing while they eat your
Yes.
intestines.
Oh god.
Okay,
Yes.
so I don't have the lore completely, but if I tell them that I have suppressant and I'll take it in order to prevent turning, does that work?
no, because suppressant visibly changes how you look. Like you get black veins that appear under your skin.
You stop becoming immune and become latent?
Yes,
Yeah.
it actually does have that. Is how that works.
Oh, never
Yeah,
mind.
But
that'd be bad.
when you become latent, it's visible. Like they can see that you're latent because you have black veins that are like.
And you
Okay,
will
well,
completely
this
lose
place-
all employment as a
You
doctor.
could. Well,
Yeah,
I'm
here's
just saying
the
myself.
thing.
If you want to keep your secret, you could just make a deception check to tell them.
I
I'm a
could,
medical.
except-
I have a testing kit. You could say you have a blood testing kit that can prove you don't have blight, and just use your first aid kit for that. That's a deception check.
What are you getting for your will?
Do you have deception?
I do, except I also have a weak spot,
Mm-hmm.
which says you need me more than I need you, which means I would probably tell the truth.
Okay, but you still have to make a self-control check.
I have to make a self-control
Yes.
check,
Yeah.
not all of them.
Yeah, because
I'm
again,
much more comfortable with
because you're a walking bank.
it. Yes.
Yeah.
But surely she gets the will off of that.
You do get a willpower point.
Yes.
All
Okay,
right.
so I'm making a self-control check. And
Well, tell them that
telling
you're immune.
Yes. No fear, guys. I am immune. You don't need to panic. And I can
Self-control.
prove it if you need me to. Oh, yeah, I'm fine.
It's still one stress.
That was a little intense. Also, my leg really hurt.
Stress or detachment?
Yeah. Well, detachment is more like I don't care about other people. Stress is like, oh
I'm doing
god,
this
other
because
people
I
can screw
do
me
care.
up.
Yeah, what's about to happen to
Yeah.
us? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I
That's
get
gonna work.
a will point back.
You get a willpower for telling them. Now you can first aid your leg if you want.
Yeah.
All right. You
Actually, let's get in the truck. Is the truck running? Maybe we
All right.
should be leaving while
Do
I
we
do
have
that.
gas?
you have 9 units of gas.
Damn!
Yeah, funny.
we're out. We're done.
So I will first aid my leg while we're in the truck.
That's a choice.
Don't do that.
I could do basic first aid.
It's going to be a really bumpy ride.
He's gonna roll.
Tourniquet.
Just make your first aid check.
Yeah, you'll have this.
How many charges are you spending on your first aid
I'll
check?
spend some.
For purely historical reasons, what is some?
Some is I'm going to spend 3.
3? All right, so you have +2 to your roll.
Okay. So, and then I also have that, so I'll be really good at. Oh, yeah, I'm fine.
All right, what was the black you rolled?
I rolled a.
8. All
Or,
right.
no, she rolled 6.
I rolled a
Sorry.
6 plus 5.
Okay.
So 11 over 6.
I think it's the unmodified thing. It's just to make sure you 6. So you heal 6 points of damage, which is 3 killing, or you could heal turn 6 of the boxes into stun.
Probably better to get rid of at least one killing so you have a leg again.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm going to take the
Alright.
3 minus. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, your leg is functional again. So who's driving?
I am.
Give me a drive check.
So, all right.
If you crit fail, it'll be really funny.
It's true.
I feel like flipping you off, Ross.
Hey.
Stop saying it.
I'm just stating
Just
facts.
saying stuff. No, you get denied. That was like that. Will was going there. Oh, look at this. Fuck you, Sky. Externalized frustration. I'm getting my goddamn will point back.
All right, you want that willpower?
Yes.
All right. Oh no.
But that went down to a normal failure.
It did go to number failure, but that pushed it back up to a critical, kind of.
Yeah.
You slam the truck into another thing as you're driving down the parking garage. It makes a lot of noise, and you kind of back into a minivan that had 6 casualties in it that sort of start spilling out. So everyone gets 1 stun to the head as you all bang your heads. Ow, 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 ow. So that was the normal failure, and if you fail this next one again, then, well, it'll be hilarious.
Don't swear at the sky if you have to negate a crit fail.
See, you're gonna have I did the will. I did it to get a will back, so we can do this.
Yeah, no.
It was there was a point to the
There's
fail.
casualties on the back of the truck.
There's literally a point to that. Oh, and look what I'm about to do. Spend 1/2 critical success.
Okay. All right. I'm an impartial game master. I'm just here to tell. I came out here to have fun tonight, and I'm feeling so attacked.
This is a safe space. Right?
All right. So with
the
that,
back of the truck.
you managed to fast.
Manual transmission.
You managed to Tokyo drift all the way down.
There's no sequencer. You've got to double clutch
You just drift all the way back
because it's a cheap ass tranny.
Yeah.
I mean, story checks out. More than likely, there's some crappy cargo van. Like,
Right.
It's a box truck. Yeah, it's a basic moving van.
It's built for durability, not comfort.
Yeah. By the way, are all you crowded in the cabin?
Yes.
All right, in the cab. Sorry. It's real comfy. That's why you all took stun to that. But yeah, you managed to drive all the way back, and you avoid that last leg that I carefully planned. Sorry.
Wait.
Yeah. Or actually, yeah, you can give me an awareness check to see what the leg would have been.
Okay.
Well, I will admit that you have done,
no.
quite the job of
I don't know.
working through all of this.
Yeah.
I also know a little bit about how one puts the legs of red markets together, and I think carefully planned might be gilding the lily a bit.
Just again, I'm feeling so attacked. You get back to Trabajo with the real painting in hand, with proof of it, enough that she can sell it to the client. And you get your bounty. And you have a box truck, which you can either keep or sell for a couple more bounty. The curators message you later saying, you drove off the raiders. They were trying to just. They think they weren't even there for the art. They just wanted a nice new outpost for themselves. They just wanted the real estate, but you protected civilization culture. They thank you. So,
Prep spot.
Well, you can use it as a rough shot, or you could use it if you need a safe place to hide. You can use this to negate a leg, essentially, as you take shelter there. So, so that's Red Markets in a nutshell. So you've paid your bills. Only died nearly a couple of times.
Yeah, this is like about the best as Red Market session can go.
Honestly, yeah. Despite everything.
I think we chose the job well and carefully.
Yeah.
Well, you also didn't push your luck in sense of like, instead of doing the right thing, let's try and make as much money as possible. Like, for one thing, you could have decided to tell no one and then just use this, figure out a way to try and sell all of the paintings. If you wanted to be bastards, or you could have sold it out to the archivist, which would have had some complications.
I feel like this was a Nash equilibrium.
Yeah,
we found like the happy medium in the sense. So.
Yeah. I mean, that was the real thing. That was the complications. I was like, what's more important than you than is culture itself worth, money to you? So that kind of thing. So
I don't know if culture is worth enough, but like that much selfless sacrifice by people is probably worth at least a little.
Yeah. So and that's what the story's about. So, what are you willing to, sacrifice for? So that's Red Markets. Hope you guys liked it. So,
Yes.
as we conclude the saga of the Singing Cowboy, as it goes off to New York to be hanging in some assholes.
We eat another day.
You do. You're one step closer to retirement. That's the whole goal of Red Markets, to earn enough money to retire, so you don't have to be shooting zombies as your day job. So, you're all a step closer to retirement. What would your retirement look like? Would it just be crossing the fence back to the recession and having the good life, or would you be willing to risk it all for one last score to be really rich when you retire, or like absentee, what would you could just be a fenceman on the recession and shoot, be essentially for pretty easily earn enough money to be a guard somewhere, or a shooting instructor and not have to worry, or if you wanted to risk it all for a last score, what would that look to you?
That would look like getting Sarge and me back across the river, and maybe set up with some PMC training.
Oh yeah,
fresh
become a
kids
company owner. Become one of the big shots.
Yeah, whatever.
You could be the ones, help.
Gotta eat doesn't make you evil.
Well, I mean, if you become your own business owner, then you could help determine how the loss is reclaimed.
Exactly.
Eventually,
There's still plenty of time. Before supposedly the end. The DHQS's BS about the 20 years and stuff. So sooner or later, someone's going back across the river. Might as well
be
have
the one ordering them around.
Exactly. Might as well have somebody who actually gets just the slight shit.
Loman.
Sales director for some sort of company where it's all lucrative DHQS contracts.
Okay.
And so sales director just means an absolute fluff job with huge commissions.
All right, living the dream.
Yeah, like that would be the Mr. Joel's outcome.
Okay. Just one last score.
Just FYI, Melissa, immunes back across the river. If DHQS finds out, they're going to hack you up in a laboratory somewhere.
Yeah, you become an X-Files episode.
Yeah. That suppressant that prevents people from turning into vectors is made from the bone marrow of immune people. So what would
bear that in mind for your retirement?
My retirement is that I'm going to get enough to send my son and daughter back across, and I'll probably stay over here.
Okay, fight the good fight.
Yeah.
Because you can doctor people.
I can doctor people. I'm not in as much danger over here.
You could use, instead of, retiring, you could use to set up your own enclave or your own hospital or something like that.
I mean...
Okay. And Greasy, what about you?
Artisanal pot farm with Pat.
Artisanal pot. Just any regular pot.
Artisanal.
He doesn't want to impede on
It's
Celeste.
locally sourced, the dankest of nugs. All right.
Doesn't want to cross paths with Celeste.
I just didn't true. And also trying to do something better. Trying to do something better than the meth barons.
There you go. All right. Well, talk to you guys.